for a sign. Answers buried deep inside, hidden in the light. You say the world is turning, but I can't feel the spin. Show me where the truth begins, let it pull me in. I've been lost in the silence, waiting for a change, caught in the middle of a storm I can't explain. Show me the way to rise above. Show me the strength that comes from love. I've been walking in the shadows, chasing dreams I can't define. Show me the truth, give me a sign.
Oh, brains. Yeah, shit. Yeah, man. Ooh, yeah, it does. Ladies, gentlemen, gals, and girls, let me get this fade to stain out of the way. That looks like shit, doesn't it? All right, there we go. I hope you guys are having a great Friday night, and I'm on top of that, I'm even happier that you are with me and my good friend, my dear sister, from another Mr. and Miss Michelle Sanders. She is no stranger to this broadcast, my friends. She is a good friend to myself, and so is her husband, Robert, showing you both some love. Tonight, me and Michelle's going to talk about everything. We're pretty much going to talk about everything in the Matrix. We're going to talk about her awakening. We're going to talk about my awakening. We're going to talk about pretty much what we are in store for, what you're in store for. Because if your people aren't awake by now, oh my God, you better get ready to support them, because shit is going to change, my friend. Only thing I can tell you is if your family and friends are not awake yet, you had better hunker down, because things are going to change and they are going to need you. Don't go anywhere, Brainiac. Share this broadcast. Share this podcast. On the other side with my dear sister, Michelle Sanders. Peace, let's grow, yeah.
The twisted game, but deep within we feel the shivers of a truth they cannot tame. Neon lights and coded lies try to keep us hypnotized, but the field begins to tear, and we're breaking out of their snare. Reality is spinning, the truth is descending. We're tearing through the great disguise, seeing past the grand illusion, breaking free from all their lies. Welcome to the matrix of minds. We see through the shadows, leave the lies behind, breaking the fabric of reality's hold. We're the matrix minds, brave and bold.
Oh, yeah. What's up? Miss Morgan Roundtree. Yeah. Miss Kristen Harding is in the house. Lisa Ayo. Hello, Brains. Hello, dear. Yeah. Get over here.
Seeing past the grand illusion, breaking free from all their lies. Welcome to the matrix of minds. We see through the shadows, leave the lies behind, breaking the fabric of reality's hold. We're the matrix minds, brave and bold.
Damn. Yeah, hell yeah. How many of you guys are just happy to be alive? Come here.
The warriors of the digital age, writing our own story, turning the page. Through the circuits we find our way. In the matrix we'll seize the day. Reality is spinning, the truth is descending. We're tearing through the great disguise, seeing past the grand illusion, breaking free from all their lies. Welcome to the matrix.
Yeah, man.
We see through the shadows, leave the lies behind, breaking the fabric of reality's hold. We're the matrix minds, brave and bold. Welcome to the matrix of minds. Together we rise, we're the ones who'll find. In this digital realm, we're taking a stand. We're the matrix minds, hand in hand.
Blam, baby, blam. What is up, Brainsters? Let me get you guys over here to where I can see you. There you is. Ha ha ha. Land that plane, Matty J. Oh, what's up? Alrighty now. I got on the other line here. I got her unmuted now. Now I got her unmuted. Hello, Miss Laura Joe. I seen up in the house Mr. Robert Sanders, which is the worst half, other half, trouble, just the other half, Robert. In the house, Mr. Robert Sanders. I got his lovely wife on the phone. What's up, Miss Michelle? Can you hear me?
Yes.
All right, let me get rid of this echo that's in your ears. I know it's in your ears. There we go. Now you should be able to see the screen. You should be.
Yes. I see blunt. Well,
you what?
It's doing something.
It's doing well as long as
Loading.
as long as it's doing something.
I can hear you and you can hear me, right?
Right. That's all that matters. Hello, Miss
Right.
Katie Schultz, David Nash. David Nash is stuck over on the west side in the Colorado storm. Come on, come in.
Oh shit.
Oh yeah, David.
The snow.
Yep, he got hit. He got on his way up. David is another ground pounder. David is a tractor trailer driver as well. So again, shout out to you, David. Be careful out there, bro.
Yes.
Yeah, man. What is on your mind? We shared a bunch of stuff. Robert says I've been drunk. What? I've been drunk on liberal tears all week long. Yeah. Shame on you. Shame on you.
He's been super happy all week. Yeah.
Yeah.
For sure. Yeah, there's so much to talk about.
There's a lot. There's a lot.
I figured I would tell some of my older stories. You know, like, because I've been talking a lot about Ascension the last few times I've been on, and of course there's stuff I'd like to talk about that's current as well, but Robert just walked up.
Miss
What do you want to say?
Reyes.
Yeah, I've been drunk on liberal tears all week. Hey,
that's
man.
all right. Yeah, what's up, buddy?
Hey, did you know that wizards don't fart? They cast smells.
That's been his good dad joke.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Oh shit. Yeah, that's that's funny.
He'll go up to old ladies in the store and say, I'm just like, oh my God. Yeah, it's great.
Rebel, well, hi Tina Danley, and Rebel says, hello Tater Tits. Tater Tits. Hi. Hi Tater Tits. Oh man. And then Robert comes off with that joke. Hi Miss Rose. What's up, everybody? All right. So what here? I'm not kidding whenever I said in the beginning of the broadcast that if our friends and family are not awakened yet, you'd better be now. Not worried about awakening them. Just be prepared really soon for comforting them. And I'm not kidding. I'm not kidding. Because things are going to change.
They're going to be coming to us. They're going to be coming to us for help.
Well, that is an exponential question on a lot of people's minds. How are we going to deal with what's coming? I'm serious, because if like I was talking to a liberal's, well, not really, because here's the thing. She is not really responding to me. I love her to pieces. I watched this girl grow up. I literally seen her mom bring her home in a basket, a baby basket, right? And so she's young. Quite sure she's pretty awakened. She can see things, but her candidate lost, and all her world is like collapsing now. Okay, but here's the thing. I'm trying to explain to her there is an agenda, there is a plan, and last but not least, she is not part of a bloodline that if you there's primarily two. I shared it with you prior, Michelle, to our broadcast. I shared with you there's the L Bell, okay? We all know Baal, okay? Baal, B-A-A-E, high apostrophe E-L, Baal, right? Everyone knows it as in connection with the statue of Baphomet. Mm-hmm. Baal, okay? You also then on turn, I'm going to hopefully get my buddy Johnny Enoch on the broadcast next Friday, and we'll go down this Masonic stuff. We'll go down the shit that I know about the satanic connection between the deep Masonic stuff. I'm talking things that normal Masonic people don't know.
Right,
okay.
like the Blue Lodge wouldn't be part of.
Right, things like, there's a pecking order, And I know a lot of people don't like to hear me say that, but there is a pecking order. There's a hierarchical system to our matrices that we're looking at, we participate in.
Yes.
So there's this significance, Michelle, to this specific image that I made. Okay. Very much so. Pretty much your spirit is standing there holding balls of, I guess you would say, knowledge. Okay. And if you look on the, let me see. Let me just go to the big screen to where you can see this a lot bigger. But
it's still loading on my end, so I just see black. But are you talking about the image for the show?
Yes.
With the fire? Yes, I love that.
Okay. In the background, that is a spirit on fire. Okay, and the third eye being pretty much blown open. Okay, and if the top right hand side, you'll see a little portal. Well, I know you said can't see it, but nevertheless, those that's watching can see it. Robert can show it to you. This is a window or a portal, okay, of an awakening. And everything, again, comes in divine timing. So that is the representation of what you're looking at as per image. Again, I do a lot of things cryptically. I like to throw the cabal in a deep and dark spiral if they don't get my shit. And that's fine. I've had to explain my images to a lot of people, and this one is pretty simplistic. This is very much so simplistic. Everything comes by divine timing, and again, the reason that candidate did not get into office is primarily because of there is no bloodline there. She is not part of that syndication. However, she really tried to blow her away from Hollywood to the vice president of your United Incorporation.
Mm-hmm.
So what I just shared, did it resonate with anybody? Did it resonate with you, Michelle? Is divine timing?
Oh, yes. You've got two main covenants amongst the bloodlines that I've been told about. Of course, there's the Luciferian. That's the Luciferian covenant would be the darker agenda, and then you have what's called the Emerald Covenant, and that would be our kind's agenda.
Melchizedek side.
Yes. And what's interesting in the Masonic temples, they use the word Melchizedek.
Mm-hmm.
So do the, of course, it's a biblical term. It's a term for the priesthood. It's the priesthood that is chosen before birth. It's not something. It's something that are chosen before existence, right?
Right.
Where there's like the priesthood of Aaron, those are individuals that can graft themselves into a priesthood. That's what I've been told. And then there's another religion, the Mormons. The Mormons are always talking about Melchizedek's as well.
Right.
So definitely something to that. When you look at their location of where they mainly are, it's near it's near Arizona. It's not in Arizona, but it's near it, right?
Yep.
They're in Utah. So something to the ley lines, right?
Well, it's all about, here's the thing. There's a guy in here talking about this is really interesting. I've never seen the dude before in my life, come up here in the entire time that we've been doing the broadcast. It starts like, asking questions about color and race and blah 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 blah. I'm gonna tell you right now, bro. If you are a troll, you are in the wrong fucking place. Just telling you that.
Oh, yeah.
Just telling you that now.
Cuzzy's watching. Shout out to Cuzzy.
All right. So anyway, I'm just saying, dude's talking about Antifa. He's talking about paramilitary training. He's talking about the rebranding of MAGA, as well as here's the thing. What he's kind of like referring to is the change that we're going to witness. In fact, this has got nothing at all to do with color. This has got to do with the spirit in the body and the vessel. It's got nothing to do with color, nothing to do with race, creed, or any of that. All I'm telling you is, quote unquote, you better not turn out to be a troll, bro. I'm telling you, because you won't last long in this chat.
Oh yeah.
Okay. That being said, Miss Michelle.
Yes.
The Great Awakening, do you think it's upon humanity? Because I do believe that that things, again, change, baby, change. The
I
vibration.
think it's
body.
all definitely divine timing, right? And there's something to do with the numerology of everything, the years. I mean, look at what happened in World War I and World War II. You know, the 20s and the 30s, and it's crazy because we lived in the 80s and the 90s, right?
Right.
Things were so much more different back then. Then the 2000s began. You felt like a shift then. It wasn't as severe as 2020, but something changed.
That was definitely a shift. That was definitely a shift.
Yeah, I mean, of course, they were talking about Y2K, right? Everybody thought that the computers were going to stop and, there's going to be chaos, but everything was fine. But still, there was something. That year was very different.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of paranormal stuff happened to me that year. Many paranormal experiences.
Well, let's talk for a second for those people that do not know who you are, and they don't know your journey.
Background.
Yeah, your journey, your background, how you became aware. Okay.
Okay.
Because everybody pretty much knows that mine was substance driven.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, during a very, very mental break. It was a mental breakdown. My mental state checked out, and I had no other options other than, well, I guess I did. However, but mine's different than yours. And everybody else's awakening is different from their one another's. But share yours with everyone.
Sure.
Who is
I was born April 9th, 1979. I was the only child planned. My parents were married for almost 30 years before my dad passed away, but there was something different about me, compared to my siblings. I'm the only one from my immediate family that's Rh negative. I'm O negative. My siblings were O positive. My dad was O positive. My mom was AB positive, but one of my grandmothers was O negative. The other, who's still alive, is AB negative. So I somehow, got the blood type through them. My parents would have been recessives. But I had a near-death experience when I was 2 weeks old. Died, came back, and spent a few months in ICU. I had severe gastritis. What's interesting, I'm currently battling a case of that right now. I found out today after some tests that were done the other day. But so that's occurring. I also drowned when I was 4. I had a near-death experience in Memphis, Tennessee on a family vacation. And I don't know if I crossed into the light or not. I will tell you there is a light, okay? There is a tunnel. When I drowned, it was like darkness, and then I could see individuals standing all around me. They were trying to pull me to the left and the right, but something instinctively told me not to do this.
Run, Forrest, run!
Right? I was like, I'm not going where they're at.
Right.
But so this light appeared, and it got bigger and bigger. And the only way to describe it would be like the moon. Okay. It looked like it was soft like the moon, but it became huge. And then I saw my father's face because my father was trying to get the water out of my lungs.
Right.
So that happened. I've had a few experiences where I should have passed away, and then I'm still here. So there's that. But as far as the current experience involving ascension, when I turned 40, this would have been 2019, I had a strange experience. It was December 12th, 2019. Now you look at the numerology of that, that's 1212. 2019, if you add it, equals 12. So it's 12, 12, 12.
Ooh.
I found out later there's a code for our kind. There's codes. Well, there's an awakening code involving 12s.
Everything's mathematics. Let's just stop. Let's just hang tight and say everything about our matrices here is mathematical.
Yes.
It is. It is.
Universal language of numbers. Yes. It
right.
connects all the languages.
Dump that.
But yeah, so
Thank you.
I see this post about this special moon, a full moon that's going to occur on 12/12 at 12:12 a.m. And what was interesting, I had an experience in 1999 on the winter solstice involving a full moon. It had this huge halo around it. This guy showed up at my house, banging on my door, telling me to come out and look at it. I had a visit of 3 dudes show up to my house, talking to me about this moon, saying that they needed to come talk to me. So that experience in 1999 led to me and these individuals converting to Messianic Judaism. We began studying ancient theology and different viewpoints, and that started my truther journey back then. We knew we were preparing for something, we just didn't know what. And so yeah, there was that. Well, 20 years later, I see this post about this 12/12 full moon, and something told me that it might be like that one in 99. So, I called my sister and my brother-in-law, and the people that I still talk to that experienced that back then. I was like, we need to go see this. You should come over. Let's see what happens. They weren't interested. That was the strange part. But so I ended up going out there by myself, and I had my phone this time. So I had a camera, and I go outside, and there it is. Big ass portal. I called it a night rainbow around the moon, like this huge ring. So I start taking photos, and as I'm looking at the pictures, I see what could be like a star or a planet. I didn't know what it was, but I realized it was changing locations, and it was spiraling down towards me. By the time I realized this, I look up, and about 20 feet away from me was an orb of light. It was a rainbow colored ball of light. I'd say about the size of a cantaloupe or a basketball. It was pretty big. And there was instant telepathic connection. And I heard this sentence. I heard, Dendera Codex transmission. You are Oraphim from the Emerald Order of Melchizedek. And it freaked me out. Okay. I'd had orb experiences before, but never heard anything. Right. And so I went inside, and I typed the sentence in, and a couple of channels popped up. It was stuff talking about star seeds and ascension and the Blue Ray Founders races, the Christos lineages, and this location in Egypt where there's the Temple Dendera. And I saw these hieroglyphs on the wall of Dendera. I knew what they meant. I could read them. I knew there was a zodiac on the ceiling. I knew what that meant. It had to do with DNA activation. It had to do with activating what's called the third strand.
Cycles. Again, you got to remember, I pretty much, I can take you I know the streets over there like better than I do Akron, and I'm from Akron.
Oh wow. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I can take you wherever the hell you want to go, like via Google Earth, like right now, man. Wherever you want to go, I can like spin you. I love the Temple of Dendera. The Hathor Temple is one of my favorite temples. Oh man, dude, Erica Simmons, who runs the Cosmic Mama show, she is what she refers to as the Hathor lineage, and she's connected to the Hathor Dendera Temple really close as well. So she is, yeah man. In fact, I got something she had gotten me in Egypt while she was over there, which was an Ankh. And she got me that from Egypt and mailed it to me. She's a sweetheart, man. She's been there, and she says like the energy is off the chart. The energy is unreal.
I bet it's amazing. I instantaneous healings, I would assume, for many,
Yeah, it took her, from what I understand, it took her some time to, now I've interviewed her on that process and what happened to her when she went there. And if Kristen wants to get a hold of her and interview her or talk to her, like I did, I mean, again, Kristen and her would definitely click, but the energy that comes out of Dendera, it is triggering awakening energy. And that is, from what I understand, after talking to her, what happened to her is that overwhelming crying, my God, I remember this, right? Right?
Yeah.
And it's like that DNA activation or something happened to her. I mean, she'll tell you. She has no problem sharing that with you, but something happened to her mentally. I'm talking mentally, emotionally, spiritually. So whenever you talk about the Dendera temple in the calendar, I'm right there with you, and I understand what you're saying.
It's very intense.
It-
Like, I mean, I knew I was showed that my light was, there was something about my light. It was intense. It was very intense at that moment. Law of attraction was happening. You know,
Right.
people coming to me that they knew things about me. I didn't really know much about them. That was the strange part. People asking for help. I had a student from an Ivy League school in Britain contact me, telling me that he was freaked out. He needed to talk to somebody, didn't know who to talk to. How he was more intelligent all of a sudden. You know, he was hearing things, and that something told him to talk to me, and he had been going to his school counselor, and they thought he was insane. And I told him, I was like, well, you know, from what I comprehend, it'd be best to talk to people who talk about certain subjects. And I just showed him, you know, different starseed groups and stuff. I was like, these places are safe to talk. I said, at this time, I wouldn't just go talking to anybody about these things because they're going to think you're nuts.
Well,
you know?
right. They don't understand. And that's what makes this place a safety net for a lot of people. The Matrix broadcast is a safety net for a lot of people. And I've realized that throughout the years, man. It's like the people. It's the people. It's not about, really, it's the topics trigger you, but yet then the people together, they join together, and I'll just say the majority of them pretty much have got one another's back, and it's without a knife in their hand. Okay.
Yeah.
It's the support. It's the support network, like Rhea here, right? Immediately, and I watched really close all of these people. Okay, I watch things. I'm an old school Anon. I lurk. I watch. Don't get me wrong. I'm vocal as well, but I also watch. And I watched what she was going through with a certain somebody, not even worth mentioning the piece of shit's name. However, I watched him just start sucking from her. Okay, sucking the energy from her. And then it was, okay, well, the collective, her little collective, our little group of people. Michelle, this is why in the awakening circle, okay, the spiritual enlightenment circle, let me tell you what. If you really, really, really want a piss poor community of egos, that's it. Welcome to the spiritual community. I'm better than you. I'm better.
Right.
I'm so on fire. I piss fire. Whatever. Go lay down, Dino. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? But what you're talking about is supporting one another, and that's what we do. Like you told dude, don't just talk to anybody because they're gonna think you're cray cray.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let me tell you, I am the king of crazy. Because I just am. Okay, I've been through the light, shot through the back end of the light. I already shot through Pluto and come out the back of Uranus. All right. I've been. You know what I'm saying? I've been the Void Walker. I've been there. So anybody that comes to me and talks to me about these things, right? I immediately, I'm like, in fact, sometimes in my heart, I immediately feel an overwhelming sense of not only a connection, but I've been waiting for you. Okay? Because
Right.
where I went beyond the tunnel was complete void. I'm talking they call us, what happened to me the void walker. Okay, so what happened to me? I was there, above and beyond heaven, comforting. Dude, I can tell you, I was fine where I was when I was there, and just like everyone can feel. Now, this is how the mind works. Let's do it, Michelle. I don't mean to interrupt you, but I need to.
Okay.
I'm going to show you how the computer of the vessel works real quick. As everyone's paying attention to what her and I are saying, you're not really aware of your surroundings, but you are. You're tuned into your environment, but yet you're not. You're focused on our voices and listening to what we're saying, and you're not really paying any bit of attention to the pants on your body. I'm talking the pants, like your pants. Until you become aware of me saying the word pants and you make the connection with what I'm telling you, then your physical entity can feel the object on your body is your pants. And then you can go as far as your shirt, your socks, your shoes, and you can feel these things. And it is becoming aware of your environment, becoming aware of your surroundings. It's literally knowing who you are inside of your matrices. We all know here that you are a spirit with a vessel. You're not a vessel with a spirit. You are spirit far beyond you coming here. Right? We just have triggers here, and I'm a catalyst. That is what I am. I play the game of physicality. I play the game of quantum understanding. I play the game of spiritual enlightenment. Whatever I need to, I guess, play in everyone's life, that is what I'll do. Because where I went in, like Mr. 77 says, he in fact said it right there, void walkers. That been there, understand. I understand why we're going through what we're going through. There's a lot of shit I don't say because my spirit says not to say it. You know what I'm saying? So there's things I brought back. There's things I brought back from my experience that I don't share with people. Again, right. Rhea, Rebel, I'm not meaning to throw her under the bus, but she was exponentially thrown into a what do I do? My God, I've got someone who I really care about coming at me with both barrels. What do I do? What do I do? What do I do? I'm like, swear, you've got to find your own grounding within your own self. Now, again, this is the spiritually me, the awakened me, talking to her as a soul sister. I'm not better than her. She's not better than me, but she needed to understand what I'm saying to her through a masculine side of her. Okay, she's a Sagittarius too. I refer to her as my twin with boobs. She's a Sagittarius. Yeah. We are fire. We are, again, yes. My fuel, it takes a lot to trigger me. But when I'm triggered, right. I'm done. I'm done.
Better watch the fuck out. Yeah.
Right. I mean, and she is the same way. And it again, perfect timing. And I love her to pieces, man. I do. Michelle Espinosa, Miss Shaman, is in the house. Thank God she's okay. She's here. Perfect.
We love you, Michelle.
I do. I care a lot about her. I've left her. If she'll notice, I've left her alone. I've left her. She knows that I'm here. She knows we're here. Yeah. And if she needs us to talk about her mom, she needs to talk about this separation, which is not a separation, and she knows this. It is just that transition. But I guess it is the loss, the separation of loss. She knows we're here. She absolutely knows we're here. Michelle Espinosa says, when the correct mindset, we are consciousness, speaking to consciousness. Absolutely. So again, you know where I'm at here. I don't mean to say that I am more knowledgeable than anybody, because I'm not. Again, just go let me smoke a little bit on break, and I'll come back and I will totally be a completely different person, which I do want to do, because of the topic. Very few people have seen me on that level. Now, Larry Hawkins has seen me on that level. I think I talked to you a little bit while I was getting ready to start working on screens and shit after I'd already smoked a little bit and taken a nap.
Yeah.
Right. But nevertheless, that's where I need to be when talking and or sharing these things. Miss Betty Cat says, "Hey, Bells." She's referring to Michelle Espinosa. "Hey, Bells." All right, so the spiritualistic connection, the metaphorical awakening. Whenever you were able to literally look at the event calendar on the Dendera, what is going on? Were you shocked?
Well, when I pulled up the image, what was interesting, the hieroglyph that showed up when I typed the sentence in was a woman's head with either the sun or the moon and rays going into her head. And I knew that had happened to me, which would have been like a download, right?
Right. Right.
What was interesting, I didn't know at the time, Orifim. I heard Orifim, right? Orifim is an angelic human person with angelic genetics. So I find out that Orifim have activation ages of 7, 11, 22, 33 is the priestly initiation, 40, and 44. And I was 40 that year. So I looked back at my life and I'm like, is intellectual surges, drawn to the unknown, spending my time in the library. Like as a kid, man, that was my place at school. I'd go into the library. I was always reading something. And I spent 20 years working in the call center industry, and in between calls, I would study on the internet. So just constantly, especially around the age of 33, that's when my truther quest really began. And I remember I was annoying a lot of my friends that weren't really into it. They didn't feel the same way that I did. They didn't have that desire, or they thought the stuff I was talking about was crazy. Now they talk about it like it's nothing, but
right.
Yeah, back then they just thought, why is she so obsessed with this stuff, but now I can look back, I can see I was being prepared for this time. So
I think we all were. I truly do believe that we all were.
I just had a synchronicity unfold yesterday from what occurred in 2019 with me. Again, this was right before the shutdown. I was told, so that night after, the ball of light and everything, I was freaked out. I told Robert, I was like, I want to go to bed. So I went to bed and I woke up to my phone going off. I had hundreds of messages and over 1,000 friend requests overnight. And that blew my mind. So I grabbed my phone, and the top message I saw was from this guy claiming his profile name was Michael Germain. And
Germain, like Saint Germain, Michael Germain, Michael, Elohim, Michael. Okay, keep going. I'm sorry, I'm making connections.
Oh, it's all good. Yeah, his profile picture was Archangel Michael slaying Satan with a sword.
Dun. Tell the truck driver what he won.
And I see this message from him saying, "Hi, Michelle. We don't know each other, but you came to me in your sleep last night." I don't remember this, but he claims that this happened. He said that I came to him and that my light body was injured and he had to help me with some type of angelic surgery and
shit.
He needed to talk to me. And I was just like, what the hell? So I showed it to Robert.
I love it.
Crazy.
That's a great gentlemen, if you just heard what she said, remember that. That is a great pickup line.
Oh yeah,
absolutely.
I mean, wake up.
Oh hey, Miss Morgan, I seen that you were hurting. You come to me last night in astral, and I can help fill that hole.
Yeah. Oh man.
Not in fact to say, I'm good friends with her old man. I love James, dude. So James knows. He's probably laughing his ass off because he knows I'm kidding. But nevertheless, dude, that is a hell of a pickup line. Oh God.
I mean, I woke up like, what the hell? What was crazy? Robert tells me that to go ahead and call him,
Right.
and
Fill,
my phone
fill
was
the void,
plugged in.
yeah. Stefan's like, I'm Michelle. I see the hole in your aura. Please let me fill the void.
It was nuts, man. But yeah, like my phone was plugged in,
Oh my.
and my phone was at 57%. That was the strange thing because it had been charging all night, right?
Right.
And the number 57 stuck out. Well, when the guy called me and we started to talk, a ball of light flew out of the phone into my freaking face. It was a white ball with gold sparks. I could feel it. And my phone went to zero.
Instant drainage.
With plugged in. And I was like,
Damn.
what the hell? I was like, there's something with this guy. I knew I had to go through whatever I was going to go through. I knew I was protected,
Right.
but I knew he wasn't telling me the full truth, too. I was just very curious, like, what is this,
Michael Germain. That is a really interesting name.
Yeah, it was he claimed to be Archangel Michael.
Wow.
He was talking. He told me that I was part of the 144,000 army and that we were about to fight a war. And of course, this was December of 2019. So a few months before the shutdown, right? So
I love your old man.
What did he say?
Oh shit! Yeah, shit. Oh god, this hurts. He says my favorite pickup line is, "I'm not a meteorologist, but you're in for a few inches tonight."
Yes. Oh my god. He still does pickup lines after almost 20 years.
Oh my god, you're a nut, bro.
He is.
Oh
but yeah, so what's crazy? This stuff that's going on, I'm dealing with these digestive issues. I just had to have a scope the other day. 57. It was at 57%.
Yes.
I find out about this peptide called BP 157. It heals gut issues, and it rapidly heals injuries of ligaments and bone and tissue. Some peptide you can take.
Okay.
It's got the number 57 in it. So there's like all these strange
interesting.
synchronicities. I'm definitely going to be taking that. I'm going to be buying some of that. But I just found that out yesterday. So very odd, right?
Right.
But yeah, I mean, that day changed everything for me. Robert, what?
Well, let me go to something that Miss Rebel had threw out there, that there is.
Hey, Matt.
Sorry, Matt. He's coming up again.
What's up?
What?
What's up, bud?
I like my women like I like my coffee ground up and in the freezer.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh, man, dude. Oh, God. Oh, God.
He's so bad.
All right. So what Miss Rebel is saying is, she's like, there is no 144,000, but here's the thing. There is, okay? And what I'll share with you on that note right real quick to like talk about that for a second is each chakra on your body is a specific light point, okay? Literally, the seven, your seven as a being, as a spiritual entity, you have seven main chakra points. Now, I hope Michelle Espinosa is in here to where she can help explain this a little bit. But what I know about the 144,000, we're talking pendulum light, okay, light points. Your bottom chakra, your sacral chakra puts out or has what's called a pedal point or a pendle point of light. Okay, so when you add up the different numbers, the different power the power points of each chakra point, at the crown chakra, which Christ had that chakra enlightened, it was opened, the lotus flower was bursting open, so he was receiving source energy from the head. Okay, within the main seven chakras, you've got pendle points of light, and in them pendle points of light equal up to 144,000 pendle points. Yes. So that explains to you the biblical understanding narrative of the 144,000 that the Jehovah's Witnesses is waiting for. It literally is an awakening of your entirety of your 7 main chakras.
Yes. So the way that I was shown how the 144,000 work, there is an amount of individuals. There is.
Okay.
It's not a set amount.
All right.
In all of the mammals, all mammals have these nadis or petals in their chakra system, right? And so what is the 144,000? It's a frequency. Mm-hmm. Yes.
Right.
It is the nadis point in the mammalian body. Okay.
Right.
It's about connecting connecting communication with the plants, the animals, and the humans, all sentient life on this planet. It's a language, but not only that. During the 7-year procession, we've been in the procession of the equinoxes, right?
Right.
We went through a 7-year cosmic calibration that began on August 21st, 2017, with the Great American Solar Eclipse. And it ended the day before my birthday this past year, on April 8th, 2024, with that solar eclipse. Okay. So that period, it was like a calibration. And every time there was what's the word, how to describe it? Cosmic transits that would occur. This information comes down in form of frequency. Individuals, it comes in waves, okay, for all of humanity. It has to do with the amount of active DNA strands that individual has, and blood type, the age, hormonal activations, things like that. So the 144,000 frequency first goes to gamma absorbers, people that have the gene code to absorb gamma, because the Holy Spirit is gamma. Not all blueprints are able to directly absorb gamma in its pure form easily. It has to be digested, transmuted, and then transmitted orally. This is why they did the 6-foot rule. So a portion of humanity receives these downloads first based on gene codes, okay?
Creative codes, creation codes, that's right.
And there's 72,000 divine feminines and 72,000 divine masculines within the Rh negative population reach critical mass of these downloads. It sends that out to the next wave. The next wave would be Rh positives who are recessive carriers of metagenes. So they in turn receive this information, transmute it, transmit it, and that's about 30% of the world's population.
Now, okay, so I got to stop you there. Now, with what she just said, are we able to make the connection of why the push for the vaccination? Why the push to change your genetic code, your ownership, because that is what it is. Okay, keep going. I just had to put that out there.
They were definitely trying to control and prevent activations and all types of stuff. Because
bet
of the
your ass.
Royals. The true royals, we're hidden amongst the population in all classes. It's based on gene code, and this information that comes to us, it flows in a certain. It comes in threes, I would say. So it would go to the Rh negative population first, Rh recessives that can breed with Rh negatives, and then there's 70% of the population that aren't able to breed with Rh negatives. Those individuals would receive information from what I would call the elect, right?
Shit.
The Rh positives or recessive.
I'm a truck driving Sagittarius. As long as it's the opposite sex of me, I can breed with damn near anything.
Right. It's literally like passing the torch.
Sorry,
like
I just had to say it.
It's like the game Telephone. Okay,
right.
So
I understand what you're saying.
Yeah. So again, it's not. It's all about. There is a hierarchy of information, how it comes through, how it flows, and again, it explains why they do what they do to the food, and they know all about astrology. They know about consciousness and how it really works.
Oh, you bet you. They're creators, of course.
So they put these crazy stories out to scare people at very important transits, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Miss
So,
Michelle Espinosa says our genetic codes are already starting to change, and she nailed it. She's absolutely right. So this wave of energy again. I got to share this glorious, beautiful picture, because this right here, excuse me, this beautiful picture of the solar flash, or of a solar flash, is indeed a DNA awakener. Okay, I'm not saying
yeah.
it. I'm not saying that it is the fix all, but I'm telling you that it indeed is a divine timing marker that you really. Do you remember me telling you that I watched the sun and I watched the color of the sun? Do you remember me telling you this?
Yes.
Okay, I watched the sun as a marker for me to understand where we're at, because it literally is a game every day, every week of monotonous cat and mouse. Okay, humanity is awakened, it's asleep. It's awakened, it's dormant. It's awakened, it's dormant. It's literally it's a damn near is a cat and game mouse. We're literally watching two factions of creator beings, creator entities, forces that be, fight amongst one another. That is what we're witnessing right now.
Oh yeah.
This creation, again, the Son, right? The Son of God, or the Son of Heaven, is literally the Son. S-U-N, Son. That is your Son. Okay, that is the Son of God. So we need to really pay attention to what it's doing, and the wave frequencies, the patterns, the light. Remember, there's there's frequency that the body can't feel. There's vibrational tones that the mind and brain can't comprehend. There's light signatures and patterns that the vessel can't see. So these things, as the solar maximum happens, it starts to awaken trigger points within the DNA of the human being. And this is a massive, what she's talking about is a massive awakening by divine timing.
Oh yes. And that war, you're talking about the war because I'm a negative, the information that I receive that comes for the collective,
right?
And that we're to transmit, I can't tell you how many days I've had to sit there and pray or send out, my intentions or certain information that I know it was information for me, yes, but it was for everybody. This information was super important, life-saving information.
Absolutely.
And having to do it at certain times as well. And seeing others do the same, on my friends list online, they're receiving that same information too. And that's how I'm able to go, okay, this is something that I need to talk about now. It's very important. If I send it out, they can't stop me, because I receive this information. I can send it out. It's going to go. It's got to go through humanity. And so, it's very, it can be stressful too, right? Because I don't want to send out the wrong information,
right?
But yeah, trying to explain, I was raised in a, your average Christian household, and then I became a Messianic Jew in the year 2000 through these paranormal experiences. But I learned, more about the Judaism, but trying to explain to somebody how the second coming actually occurs, a lot of people get really triggered. They get really upset. Sure. They're expecting an individual to come down from the sky, flying on a Pegasus or something, and that's just not, truthfully, what I've been shown is this consciousness. It's through scalar fire code that comes through cosmic transmissions through our sun. As our sun is being reborn, right?
Right.
And this affects everything. And all DNA is being calibrated. That's it's also the word atonement, or the feast of atonement, right? The biblical feast at one-ment. We are all going through this simultaneously. It's where the consciousness it's all connected right now. And of course, that's going to go back to normal at some point, like it used to be. But This is very important information coming through. Very important.
Well, what are you getting? What exactly are you getting? Because I can't tell you. I am not even an understander. I don't understand. Okay, let's like this Miss Lowe that just come in here. Leah come in here, and she is a remote healer. She's a healer. She's an activator. She is just all right. I see. By the way, I wanted to let you know I seen you come in here, Leah. And here's the thing. I don't feel how you guys feel. I don't feel energy. I don't have any of that. What happened to me whenever I got awakened, okay, I had to learn to shut it down within, I'd say, 6 months, because it was too overwhelming for me as a spirit and a body to literally go on day to day. I got to the point where I was driving at night, and I told my boss, look, I can do my run in not even 6.5, 7 hours. Please just let me clock in at 7 o'clock. I will be done by 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock in the morning, 4 o'clock in the morning, as long as that goes. And I don't have to see anybody, because what happened to me whenever I was back here is I was overwhelmed with emotion. Okay, I was it was too much. I'm talking sensitivity. Sensitivity was off the chain, bro. I knew that the trees were alive. I knew that the rocks had frequency. I knew that I got up from where I was laying, okay, and literally didn't even want to walk on the grass because I knew it was alive.
Right.
Okay, it was that much of a shock. So being a trucking and being stuck in traffic, I was overwhelmed with people. I was overwhelmed with the feelings surrounding me by other people. For a minute, I thought I was the one that was fucked up, but it wasn't me. It was everything that everybody else was going through. I was feeling it.
Yeah.
Okay, and I totally didn't understand it. I was alone because at this point I shot past Melissa. Okay, my wife is a very enlightened individual. However, I will tell you, during that event, that was the catalyst for me that turned everything in my life completely around. I mean, I shot past her by generations.
Yeah.
It was unbelievable. But she said, I come back not even the same individual.
I'm trying to communicate too, because it's so much.
It's very hard. It's very hard. Let me ask that. Let me throw that out there real quick, because that's a question for everybody, and everybody needs to think about what I'm about to say. How many of you that are enlightened? And I'm not. Again, the word enlightened is knowledgeable. Okay, knowledgeable about things to come, just about yourself, and not, as Kamala would say, woke. Okay, but how many of you are awakened to what's going on, and your significant other doesn't understand it, doesn't get it, and the communication is just not there. Like, you're cray, and well, you do your thing, they do their thing, and the other off balance. You got right. You somehow got the yin yang. You guys don't even make a yin yang. Okay, whenever a relationship doesn't even make a yin yang, and you don't even fit within the same bookshelf, let alone the same book or the same page, it's really, really, really hard to deal with. Yes. Very hard to deal with. And that's whenever I come back, Michelle, what I myself really realized is we're watching these people go through transitions and awaken, and there's no way I can possibly force them or you to go. This is, again, timing. It's divine timing on every single body. Tammy Bonham's different than Miss Betty. Miss Betty's different than Morgan. Morgan's different than you. Robert's different than me. You know what I'm saying? We're all, and we got to, again, I guess, Michelle, we're going to have to come to an understanding that we are not going to wake up everybody.
Right.
That we can't. We can't. So I need you, Shell, to help hold me up there and blow wind into my sails, and I will yours as well. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
We've got to support one another at this point.
Yes. It's so lonely at times.
It's very
because
fucked up.
getting this information that's meant to save humanity. Okay, literally life saving. Okay, talk about all the patents that they've hidden for the last 100 years or so.
Right.
Those were downloads coming in, answers to prayers, all types of stuff.
I believe they truly were. And they change. Me and Larry talk about this a lot. They take all of this glorious technological military-based equipment and they utilize it for nefarious purpose. Every good thing that we have ever been given, they fuck it up. Every single thing.
All because of the money system.
Because of power, because of greed, because of, again, it all goes back to power. Because it's
really
powerful.
Upsetting.
Yes, it's upsetting. When you see it at that point, that aspect, yes, that aspect of it, it is very heartbreaking.
I was shown about the current event. I have, through the last 7 years, these events that have happened. Some of them, I can go by the traditional, like, holy days, or if it's the solstice or whatever, like these appointed times. But there's also been events where certain things are occurring. The current one, we were told there were 4 super moons in a row. Okay, the 4th one happens this month, and that I was told that is a mass exorcism. This exorcism is to cleanse out a lot of the darkness that people are carrying, greed specifically. I was shown I called it the Scrooge event. These individuals.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
That's a hell of a good way to put it.
The individuals like the Kardashians, people like that the last few years, what we've experienced, people that, have to watch our money and things like that and make our choices with more intelligence because of what's happened with the economy. We know that these things happen to show us things that we maybe shouldn't be ingesting, or things that we should, or what is important, right? They just replace stuff. So they're not paying attention to this stuff, that very important information coming through for their families. But I was shown that the way that the collective consciousness was going to get to them was through their dreams. That it was coming for them. Like, they were going to be shown how their actions affect everything around them, and they weren't going to be able to run from it. So I would not want to be one of them. When I start to hear about these CEOs retiring all of a sudden, I think about that. I'm like, I wonder if they had like some interesting dream mirroring their behavior and what it actually does, because shit, a lot of those people, they could fix world hunger if they wanted to. They really could. But instead they're focusing on poisoning the food and doing stuff to keep people sick. It's insane.
It's sad. It's not only is it insane, but it is sad. But here's the thing. I'm going to share with you something because of the topic, because of the vibrational frequency in the topic. Okay. We're going to take a break. And while we take a break, I'm going to go out there and I'm going to self-medicate myself. And you guys are going to see why I don't self-medicate all the time. It gets to the point in my mind where I'm able to go back into where I was, as Seven says in the chat, the void. It's like something, once I smoke cannabis, it triggers that part of my soul that truly can go back. This is why I don't do it. I don't, and I'll smoke, I'll meditate, I'll go to sleep. Because it's best for me to stay off of the internet. I get in trouble. I share things. I do. I share things I shouldn't say. I share things that primarily, I guess, people aren't ready for. However, I think, again, because of divine timing, I think because of the topic, I'm ready to share with everybody, with you, what the creator in me would like to share about the totality of creation, because it is absolutely deep. It is very deep.
I love it. Yeah.
She's like,
So
I
you're gonna
like.
smoke? I'm excited,
Oh,
man.
oh God.
I'm all about it.
Michelle says, entering Matthew, the loved medic. Oh God, I love medicated Matt. She says, here's the thing though. It's to me, it's dangerous because again, I share things online, and the system itself is built, okay, to keep those people subdued. Okay, it is the system. I'm saying the Internet of Things, reality as we see it, the reality as we participate. It is built so to keep you under the thumb of those who have awakened to the possibility of total control of your matrix. Do you realize that? Do you want me to repeat what I just said?
It's scary when you think about it.
Let me repeat what I said. And that is, there are those in your matrices, in this dream within a dream, who have awoken to the fact that the power is in you. It's in me. It is in you. If you can hear my voice, it is in you. There are people in your matrices that have awakened to the point and to, dare I say, the Masonic degree, right? 33 is only the baseline. That is all you see. And it's all we're shown and all we're told. But nevertheless, there are those in our matrices that are above and beyond an understanding. I'm talking thoth understanding. And dare I say, thoth, Jesus Christ, what was the other, your Melchizedek, or these bloodlines. That's all I'll say. These people, they think they know more than you. But the fact is, you are equivalent. You are equivalent. They feed off of your fear to help you keep them fed, per se. We know this is the word loosh. 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 Okay? Again, crazy phenomena, but again, let me go do our thing. We're going to get Michelle. We're going to take a break. I'm going to go hit real quick, and whenever we come back, we're going to dive deep, and I do mean we are going to dive deep. Any questions you guys have want to ask and gotta ask, by all means, drop it in the chat. Your guys' broadcast, your guys' podcast, and we'll share whatever we can with you. Michelle, are you game?
Yes, I'm gonna go to the restroom while you do your thing,
All right.
and meet back with you in a few moments.
Okay, my dear. I'll catch you here in just a little bit. Don't go nowhere, everybody. And again, I truly hope you guys are enjoying this broadcast. It is indeed 100% listener funded by you guys. Every single one of you that are a subscriber to the broadcast, please be aware that it is you. You are the ones that fund us. So if you are enjoying it, please find your way, make your way. It's literally the cost of a pack of cigarettes or a tall coffee at Starbucks. Help us support the broadcast for a month, please. I'm asking you, with everything in me, please. It's well worth it. You get multiple shows from multiple different hosts, a number of different topics, and usually every single show is completely different. Again, you get to participate. We'll throw you involved into the Matrix subscribers chat, where the girls do their thing, the guys do their thing, and well, then we get together and we participate on usually Friday night or a Wednesday night or whenever I'm not burnt out, and we just have fun. That's what it's about. It's about having fun, being together, finding your tribe, and supporting one another. Don't go anywhere, Brainiac. And again, please enjoy and participate from here on out. Welcome to the Matrix.
Welcome to Crystal Cove and Mystic Charms, where magic meets the mundane and the extraordinary becomes everyday. Are you ready to gift yourself with the whispers of ancient power stones? To the feel and hear the echoes of our ancient past? Dive into a world where each pendant tells a story, where rare stones hold secrets known only to the universe itself. At Crystal Cove, our collection isn't just jewelry. It's a gateway to a realm of mysticism and wonder. Let the shimmering opal guide you through twilight dreams, or embrace the fiery energy of the sun with our exquisite amber pendants. Each piece, handcrafted by the hands of a true mystic who understand the language of the earth and the fire of one's heart. At Crystal Cove and Mystic Charms, we believe that every soul deserves to sparkle. Whether you seek solace in the calming embrace of amethyst or wish to dance with the vibrant hues of turquoise, our collection holds the key to unlocking your inner magic if you allow it to be so. Visit us today and discover the pendant that speaks to your soul. Crystal Cove and Mystic Charms, where the beauty of our amazing earthy realm meets the magic of the cosmos.
Hey there, Hunter. Go check out our friends at Colorado Custom Game Calls. They are all about creating a high-quality, custom, unique game calls at an affordable price. They are here for hunters that can't and won't pay upwards of $180 to $200 per game call. They pride themselves on giving their customers the opportunity to not only purchase an affordable and high-quality call, but to customize their game call to their liking. So listen up and go check them out. That's www.coloradocustomgamecalls.com. They got calls for all type of game, and all the game calls can be custom made to your own likeness. That's www.coloradocustomgamecalls.com. Tell them Matthew sent you from the Matrix Minds.
What is up, all my beautiful and gorgeous souls? I am Michelle Espinosa, otherwise known as the Shaman, through the Matrix Mind Media. So tell me, how many times have you wished that you had that special power of prediction? You know, to know what was going to happen before it actually happened and took place. To have some power and control over that situation before things came flying at you out of left field. The thing is, you actually can have that power. You can be aware of what's coming. Tune in to Astrology TV with me for Breaking the Cage every Sunday evening at 10 p.m. Eastern on the Matrix Mind Media. And I will go through the astrology and help put you on the right course and get you back in control of your own life. Love you guys.
This CBD fluid is a whole flower fluid extracted from the cannabis flower. We don't use any heat, butane, or chemicals when we extract, so we get all of the components of the plant. All the CBD, CBG, CBA, all the terpenes, all the flavonoids. This allows our body to absorb at 60 to 90% rather than the average of 6 to 10% absorption you would get with a CBD oil. Because our bodies are made up of mostly water and this is a fluid, it's highly absorbable so that you're getting 500% more nutraceuticals per dose. We also have this available in our CBD spray as well as a muscle rub with all kinds of botanicals. You're going to absolutely love it.
Check it out, Brainiacs. MatrixMinds.live/CBD. The CBD I use. Feel free again. Feel alive again.
For the
Oh, Brainiacs, yeah! Yeah! Looky. Late night rabbit hole digging we is. Yeah. This side of the show, I'm gonna tell you, oh boy.
You feeling better?
Let me tell you what, Brainiacs. This side of the show, I'm gonna share with you what is in my mind with my good friend, Miss Michelle Sanders. And tonight, hopefully, we will be able to show you the way to rise above. And, well, yeah, you heard it. You guys heard it. All right, Miss Michelle, I know you're on the other side. You got it, right? Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes. All right. Boy, I love these people. My God. No, this helped me write. Listen, I don't know if you can hear it, but I wrote this because if you really listen to this song, it is everybody up in here. All right, it's enough. That's enough. Let me just gonna get that down. By the way, I've almost got my little what do you call it? I don't know. CD. I've almost got my CD finished. I still got 2 songs to finalize, but nevertheless, it's there.
Oh, I'm excited.
I know, right? There's a lot of people that are.
Yes.
All right. Let me get this down, and we'll. All right. There we go. Miss Tina says, I actually watched a video on that today. All right, Miss Michelle, where were we and where do you want to continue this deep conversation?
I think it's important to explain the information I know about how the 144,000 works, because there needs to be clarity on it and what it means to be royal. The truth about this. This is what they don't want. What I call the betrayers. They don't want this getting out. Okay, so when you realize how this all works, you can see why they've spent billions of dollars the last 100 years trying to prevent awakenings. Okay, but so when we receive our crowns, right? It talks about this in the Bible. Our corona. Right, which of course, what did they say in 2020? They straight up demonized that, didn't they? You know, trying to make that a scary thing.
Yes.
They mocked it. They always mock things, you know, to try to keep us from realizing the truth. But yeah, you know, they want control over the consciousness field and what is transmitted to everyone else, and they don't have that control. That authority was chosen before birth. And so there's the bloodline wars right there. You've got those of us that came in that lived normal lives. You know, we weren't pampered and stuff like them. You know, we're not sellouts. We've lived life here on Earth in a normal way. You know, I wouldn't say normal, because they've enslaved everybody for thousands of years. But there's an inheritance due to certain individuals on this planet to do the work that they came to do. They've been holding on to that. They were supposed to release it over 20 years ago, is what I was told. So there's that. But yeah, they want to keep their system going, and they're losing horribly. I don't know if you saw like RFK. You know, he's one of the Kennedys, right? They're one of those bloodlines.
Right.
He's talking about banning glyphosate and getting fluoride removed out of the water and all of that come January.
Well,
which I was like, wow, that's amazing. That's a lot of the stuff that comes through. There's just certain chemicals and things that not only are affecting us, they're affecting the plants, they're affecting the stones, they're affecting the water, you know.
Well,
and those
okay, stop there. It's affecting our air, it's affecting our water, it's affecting all of the things that make up the being, the human being. So again, they know there are those in your physicality manifestation that know what it takes to understand the metaphysical, non-physical side of 3D manifestation. They're absolutely aware of what it takes. Okay, so what she's saying, our earth, our food grows from the earth, our water, okay, it's a cycle. It is a cycle. So just because everybody's like, oh, I grow an organic garden, I am so proud of my organic garden. Look, your organic garden gets the same toxic water that we're talking about. Yep. They're feeding the sky, so it rains down in toxicity to go into the ground that goes into your organic garden. Just saying, they are trying, like she's saying, they're trying everything to keep you from knowing what's going on.
And your true authority, if you came here with authority.
What do you mean? They know if there is. They know that there is authority in every single person.
Yes.
So it's not if you have authority, it's you. Right.
Everyone has a purpose. And no one's better than another, right? Because it's all a big puzzle, too. But yeah, as far as what it means to be royal and have the royal blood, okay, it's the ability to speak to other species, to the animals, to the elements. Druids. I was told I'm a druid. What's interesting, if you would like to know if you're a druid or not, some of the signs of being a druid, of course, blood type is an indicator, but also how they used to know a person was a druid is when they were born, it would rain because nature would respond to them coming into this realm. It literally rains. And when they die, it rains. And so I found out that when I was born, my sister and my aunt were walking down the street in the town I grew up in. They were in downtown Bethany. And out of nowhere, this little rainstorm happened. And she had to walk my sister into this building, and had found out I had been born at that time. So it's pretty interesting. Also, eye color is a factor. Like if you have the type of eyes that go green, blue, gray, that's an indicator that you could be a druid. But again, druids did not write down any of their information because it was stored in the genetic record. We're able to read the genetic record. So it's protected. It's very protected information.
And you are a very protected entity.
The things I've been through. But yeah, what I feel like, I feel this sadness around me, and also that how the plants and the animals communicate with me, giving me information on things that would help us. That's pretty cool too. Like I wasn't really into any of that stuff until a few years ago, and then this stuff just started coming to me. I was interested into astrology and conspiracy. Those were my main things, throughout my life.
Oh, baby, but astrology is a conspiracy if you ask the right person.
Oh man,
if
people really knew that language, it is definitely a language.
It is
language.
Yeah, I mean, there's something to it, man. Here, you guys got to remember in physicality. Remember me going and telling you that there's a pecking order and a hierarchy to the system. I'm telling you the truth. So we've got the Queen of England that used to use a scryer as well as an astrologer. So we've got John Dee and his scrying partner that used to scry for the Queen of England. So they know that there's something to the sign. God forbid I say signs in heavens, because that's biblical terminology. But again, it is signs in heavens. Like I told you earlier today, okay, the connections go so deep that the human body is built on the mathematical quantumness of the system. Okay, again, for all of those that's paying attention right now, listen clearly. Your body is made up of 33 in the spine vertebrae. 33. Okay, how many degrees are there in masonry? 33. Okay, again, going back in the cyclist of our cycle here. How many seasons do we have? Everything is mathematically perfect. And there are those in your physical manifestation that know these things, that keep them hidden from you. This knowledge that we're dropping right now, indeed is, sorry to say it, is occult wisdom. It is occult knowledge that the word occult says hidden. It's secret. So what we're talking about is supposedly secret teaching. Right? So
Yes.
the thing is those people that understand the 33 degrees of Masonic masonry, the building foundations of all the creation, they are a society that knows secrets. They're not a secret society, but they are a society that knows that passing knowledge down from eon to eon, eon to eon, right? That's what it is. There's things that they know they don't share even within the hierarchical system, because again, they sacrifice things. You've heard the terminology of well, he sold himself to the devil in Hollywood. This is pretty much no shit. You're talking, if Michelle wanted to become awakened and enlightened, go to Hollywood, blah blah blah, she's got to find a sacrifice. Michelle, are you gonna sacrifice Robert?
Oh, they know I would never do anything like that.
Okay,
That's the thing.
do you see what I'm saying? So it's family, it's friends, it's these things, the knowing. It's literally, it is the knowing. So if you know, and if you don't know, well, you'll pay the price to know. And there's people that do that. I know. All right. And Larry's like, fuck it, pass, I'm out. Bro, sorry, but I've got to go there. I mean, it goes with the topic.
And what's interesting about that, if you look at all the famous musicians and actors, again, if being Rh negative or recessive is rare, right?
Mm-hmm.
Then look at the amount of people that are A-list celebrities and musicians that are Rh negative, and politicians too, right?
Yeah.
You all see this pattern there.
Don't let her lie to you. She tries to kill me in my sleep all the time.
Oh, you stop.
Robert
walked in here.
Robert astrally raped me. Nah, I'm kidding.
What? What did he say?
He says he asked Robert astrally, astral projection, raped me. That's all right. I touch Larry's ass astrally. All right.
Yeah,
all right. Sorry.
So anyway, okay, so famous individuals. These are people that probably haven't received so many strands of DNA yet and aren't aware yet of who they are. So what do? They hire them. They get them to speak on the world stage,
Of course.
on TV, and tell them to say things at certain times. Because again,
timing,
the way that the blood affects everyone else and how it goes in these wave patterns. So you've got like the Beatles. Look at how that people reacted towards the Beatles, man. I mean, they went crazy.
Elvis
Is another person. The Rh negatives.
Right.
Get them to say certain things at certain times, and boom, it's all about attempting to control the consciousness field. What it was all about. So yeah, they don't want that to come out at all. That truth right there.
I'm trying to tell Morgan, we are politically correct.
But the cool thing is, when you know this about yourself, you can co-create with another that has similar genetics.
Well,
and
sure.
affect the consciousness field, and do it at certain times, when you know about the appointed times and the timing and all of that. And that's what they've been so scared of, but we're seeing it. We're seeing it now. I mean, people are talking about stuff that they were laughing about 5 years ago, 10 years ago, They're finally seeing it.
And yeah, they're awakening to what exactly is going on in Hollywood. They're awakening to what exactly is going on in Washington, D.C., the District of Criminals, shall I say?
Mm-hmm. The betrayers.
Well, you're going to see, again, it is very obvious what happened. We had a show this past Wednesday and talked about the red wave, the awakening. just move. It was like, it literally was like a wave going from the East Coast to the West Coast, just boom, 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 boom. As those polls closed, okay, it was very, very clear to everybody that they wanted a regime change. They wanted a change. But again, you need to make the connection that we are ran by. There is a spiritual war here. Not only is there a spiritual war, there's a digital war. And the digital war primarily is to keep the information hidden from you, to keep you from spiritually awakening. Okay, so again, I don't mean to say it like that, but they're shutting one thing down so that the flame inside you does not burst. Okay, because once you've got that flame inside of you, knowing and awakened to the bullshit in your system, in the matrices, there's nothing that can stop it. Nothing that can stop.
Nothing.
You've heard the term, God forbid I say the Q line. Where we go one, we go all. But and the terminology of, what am I saying? The fire down below. You've heard that one too, right? Or you've heard the train is coming off the rails, right? There's no stopping what's going to happen. I mean, let me share something with you. We got a great fucking guy, and I love him to pieces. That is totally on fire. Lelo, as well as her old man Jody, they are on the other side of our planet. Okay, Michelle, they're in Australia. They are fighting a system of tyranny that is beyond understanding. Okay, and Jody is literally, as well as his wife, are amazingly coming unhinged and fighting the fight as best they possibly can, with censorship, with trolls, and watching Jody talk now, because I watched him grow. I watched him grow into what he is able to share, because that is where we're at. The system is a learn, teach, learn system. And to now know that I've watched Lelo, I watched Lay teach him and the spiritual journey that this man has gone through, and now he is fucking amazing teacher. I'm talking, dude goes above and beyond what I've done and do. Whiteboard, I mean, he'll lay it all out for you. Whiteboard, and he'll go down everything that he thinks that he went through that you need to know to get remotely probably beyond him. Because this is the thing, Michelle will tell you, and every one of you guys know this. As a teacher, you know the inside of you, the best thing for you to do is to learn and then teach. And then whenever you start teaching, you hope and pray that your student becomes a much brighter light than you.
Yes.
Okay? Because again, this is the system is a chase. You've seen the snake eating its own tail. You've seen that in a hierarchical symbol, right? This is the proverbial God trying to hide the God source within you. You have it. Now, it's just enlightening, awakening to the point where you're like, oh my, I am not just part of I'm not just part of the system. Fuck, I am the system.
A co-creator.
I'm a co-creator of this vast fuckery going on here. I'm watching what's going on here, and I'm just doing nothing about it. But yet I'm watching it, and oh my God, I can do something about it. I can,
yes.
Right? And once you become aware of being aware as a co-creator, there is nothing that's going to stop you. I am absolutely being as honest as a driven snow. When we get together, and again, those are Jody's people, those are Lelo's people. When we get together and we start co-creating with one another, again, it is absolutely going to come unglued. Okay, so the people in your matrices that think that they're hiding from you, come on, man. They've got a target on their back, And they had a target on their back long before I awakened or you awakened or Michelle awakened. This cycle literally has been going on for eons. Eons. Okay? The great deluge is here. You're going to watch a mass awakening, and I'm telling y'all, you better be prepared to help those that are not awakened. Don't even worry about it anymore, because where you're at, you are now supporting one another. You're now helping one another grow. That is where we're at in this proverbial awakening. You better be aware that there's going to be people not even able to leave their bed, let alone go to work and understand what the fuck just happened. You're going to see things once this solar flash happens, and once this massive move starts taking place. I promise you, you'll be needed. You will indeed be needed. Mr.
Very much so. There's. Would you like to hear what the most important things that have come through regarding the solar flash to prepare for it?
Yeah, absolutely. Drop it.
Okay. So like the other night when I called in and was talking about the brick that fell from the sky and everything, that led me to a chain of events. Was warning me about this intense gamma coming in because we had an X 9.5 solar flare, and then we had an X 7.1. Okay.
All right.
This was big, pretty big. And so what I was shown was that salt will protect you from gamma radiation, intense radiation, because some people can't handle this. And as a person that has these genes and how it affects me, and I have what's called a 48 strand template. Okay. I have the double diamond 48 strand template. It means more inputs and outputs with my DNA. Some people are 12 stranders. Some people are 24. Some people only have 2 active strands right now. And again, this was something that was done thousands of years ago to cut people off from God and connecting to their higher self. So this is what's being reestablished. This is how we receive Christ, and the second coming of Christ occurs. Okay, it's all happening. It's a physical thing through the light.
Right.
But yeah, so the most important thing that came through was the salt. Okay, 12-in-1 cell salt's very important for the pets, very important for humans, to make sure that your salt levels are proper. Lemon, to ingest lemon water with your meals, things like that. It's gonna boost your electrolytes. Okay, these simple little things can help protect you during this time, not get fried out. Okay. I'm trying to think of what else has come through. Oh, chlorella. So with the glyphosate, until they get rid of the glyphosate, because this is the number one issue I come across around people, and I hear it's constantly coming to me, is the glyphosate. They've been spraying that shit since 1974 on our crops. It causes so many diseases, and as this radiation is coming in, it is purifying us. It's like chemotherapy from the heavens. Okay.
Okay.
And so, but we're still eating this stuff. Okay. We really don't have a choice. A lot of us. I live in an apartment. It's not like I can grow a freaking garden right now. I don't have a yard, so
right.
I have to buy food at the store. And so yeah, the way around the glyphosate is chlorella. Chlorella, you can take it. They have a chewable form. They have it in powder form. It removes heavy metals and it removes the pesticides. So as these blasts are coming in, if you take chlorella, it's assisting your body with cleansing, getting the stuff out. People that have mental issues, okay, or autism, things like that, they can take zeolite. Zeolite tincture crosses the blood-brain barrier. It'll remove the metals in the brain.
Oh,
that they've
boy.
injected in people.
Oh, boy.
That's a big one.
I just got to chill, bro.
So you've got people that have mental issues and they're just calling them crazy. They're being purified and they've got too much metal in their brain. too much aluminum or something. That's whether it's through the food or injection.
Well,
And so that's how we help them, zeolite.
now that's also, does that help to decalcify the pineal?
Yes, so like chlorella helps with that. There's something about chlorophyll, green
Hey,
foods.
Krista Nickerson asked you a really good question.
Okay.
What's up?
Robert walked in. Sorry.
No, Krista Nickerson. Krista says something. Okay, Krista says again. It's hard for me to pay attention to what you're saying. Plus,
She
read the
wanted to
chat.
know
Sorry.
It's all right. So let me do this. So if they gave,
her blood adapt,
hang on. So if
or would it alter her DNA?
Robert, hang on. She says so. So if they gave me someone else's DNA, aka blood, shortly thereafter birth, does it change my DNA, or or does it that blood just adapt? That's a hell of a good question.
That is a really good question. I mean, because we're constantly coming in contact with others' DNA, like our animals. Like when you develop as a woman, being having the gift of sympathetic resonance, when you are, cleaning up after your family and your pets, you're coming in contact with their DNA, but you're also you're creating a connection with them too. All
right,
that makes you wonder.
I got a download. You're gonna have to understand, like, that it's just
Okay.
So it's in reference to her question. What sticks out in my mind and came to me, and I don't know if this is right or wrong and or whatever. I can definitely tell you that from what I understand, the dominant blood strain, the dominant blood type is going to take root there in the vessel. However, you're not the DNA, okay? You are not the DNA. You are the spirit in which reads that codex. You're not that codex. You follow me? The third, you are a non-physical entity made physical in this physicality. Now again, you're talking to the high me that's telling you what I understand. So it could be wrong in your reality. However, I'm telling you that your body is going to adapt to the most dominant thing in your body. So if it's your blood type, you're not your blood, you're not your body. The codex is what your DNA is. Okay, that's the best answer I could give you. Whoever I got that from. Does this make sense?
Yes, you're talking about the codex.
I'm talking.
Right.
I'm talking about the foundation of the matrix itself. Okay, your DNA is the matrix of your own biological being. Your DNA is coding. It is code, just like the computer, like a program, like the program running this live stream, running Facebook. It is DNA. It is the code of Facebook. Okay, the dominant DNA that you just took in as a blood type is going to dominate that being, from what I'm hearing. Okay, whether you believe that whether you Googled it or not, and there's like, oh no, well that's not true. I'm telling you, the dominant program is going to supersede any kind of program you've got in your body. That's why they're so scared as to what's going to happen during the celestial event. Okay,
right?
Because
there is a hierarchy.
There's a hierarchy here, so
and they don't get to determine that.
They don't determine anything. They are like you. They are no better than you.
Right.
Okay. Christ says, "If you see me, you see the Father." What does that actually mean? Okay.
The face, seeing the face of.
If you see,
Jacob saying he saw the face of God at Peniel.
If you see me, you see a Creator. If if you learn me, and if you follow me, if you blah blah blah, believe in me, what you too can have everlasting life. Okay, because no one comes to the Father but through me. So you'd better have your ducks in a row, and you'd better understand that it's not the teacher. It is the teaching. That is the enlightenment. That is the awakening. That is knowing that you are part of this matrices and there is nobody above you. Nobody. No Rothschilds, no Rockefeller, no anyone. You are part of the creator. That's it. That is it. This is your world. Your bubble. No one, I'm saying, I'm sorry, Michelle. I got off on a tangent.
Oh, no.
And I'm not meaning to. So please stop me.
No, go for it. I'm all about the flow, man. It's all about the flow.
Well, you said something. She said something. I got it, and I'm translating for her the best I can.
Yes. There have been cases where people, my brother-in-law, for a while, he kept saying this to me. This was a few years back. He was talking about people's blood type changing. And again, that would be an alchemical process of some kind, he was saying it wasn't that people that were Rh negative would become Rh positive. It was the other way around, where some Rh positive individuals could actually become Rh negative. And I wonder if it could have been because of a transfusion, or is it just the alchemical processes in the body? It's possible, I guess.
Good question.
Again, with the elect population, there's 30% of the world's population, which, Matt, you are part of that population because you're O positive, right?
I am an O positive, yep.
All O positives are automatically Rh negative recessive. So you are the individual, you're of course, able to receive the 144,000 frequency. You're getting it in a transmuted form. And as it comes in, you're the one that gets to explain it to everybody else, okay, that passes the information on. So, like, when it first comes in, it's like, whoa, what is this information? Got to dissect it, figure it out. Then it's transmitted. And then when it gets to you, it makes more sense, okay? You're the one that's like, okay, this is really what's going on here, everybody.
Right.
And then passing that on to the rest of the world, like 70% of the population. I mean, that's a big deal. Big deal. So, yeah. It's very interesting how it works, the levels that it's... And again, it's something they can't stop. It just can't stop. It's like the 100th monkey effect, right? The 100th monkey effect is a perfect explanation of how the 144,000 frequency works, because you have they have two tribes of monkeys, one in America, one in Australia. And they open coconuts by smashing them on rocks. And one day, one of the monkeys gets this bright idea, a download, to make a tool. And he makes a hammer, and he takes a stick and some twine and a stone, and it's a triangle shape, and he makes a hammer, and he starts bashing the coconut. What happens in the tribe, half of the tribe is intrigued, the other half gets pissed off because they're throwing off the program, okay, what they're used to. Mm-hmm. And so what happens is they start mocking this monkey, okay, some of them. Others will listen to what they have to say, and they literally go back and forth between each other. What happens is, after so many of the monkeys that are intrigued decide to do science experiment and try it too, behind the monkeys' backs that are making fun of everybody. Right. Okay.
Yeah. Right.
They start doing it after so many individuals in the tribe reach critical mass, and they
all flip.
Are using the hammer.
Right. They all flip.
It becomes the norm. But guess what happens on the other side of the planet?
They pick it up.
The tribe that doesn't do it, the bright monkey gets this download, and this is how the 144,000 frequency works.
Right.
That's the easiest way to describe it.
But you gotta here's the thing. Let me share with you what I'm getting as far as our matrices here. Now this goes above and beyond. A lot of these guys hear me say I call them the knowledgeable ones. Me and Larry make fun. We call it the awakened ones 186 dimensional doodle bots. Okay. But again, I myself am a 186 dimensional doodle bot. So I can't really bust your guys' ass that much because I'm there with you. So when it comes to what she's saying, let me share this with you. the people in your system, and I'm just going to share this as I'm getting it, okay? And you're going to be talked to like the third party because you are. However, again, just a mouthpiece. It's open mouth, download, speak. So that is how this works. What I'm needing to share with you is it has come time with what she's saying in your world here. Those that are trying to keep you enslaved mentally, enslaved spiritually, that is about to come to an end. Okay, that is literally about to come to an end. And I'm telling you, there are those people that don't understand remotely close to what I'm saying to you that are going to have a hell of a time dealing with what they are seeing, with what they're seeing, with what they're hearing, and with what they're able to do. Listen to what I'm telling you. The new world is really, really, really upon us, okay? The new Christ is going off to the heavens to create a new world, a new heaven, and a new earth, right? In the book of Thomas, he says, this world will come to an end, and the heaven above will come to an end also. Correct. Go look it up, okay? The book of Thomas is taken out of your biblical text because of the teaching, not the teacher, the teaching. This heaven and this earth will pass. So what he's saying is he's telling you that what your normal is going to change. There are those in your world like yourself that understand that things are going to change, and it's going to change drastically. You are prepared for what's going to change. There are those that are not aware of that change. Okay? So the 100 monthly effect, you need to be aware that those people that are suffering from depression, they're wanting to take themselves out in suicide way. Literally, they're just checking out.
Yeah.
Okay? And there are thousands upon thousands of them checking out every day because they don't understand what's going on. Okay? They come to you or they talk to you and they try to understand what's going on, and those in their life, in their family, their friends, their workplace, they're literally being bombarded by an understanding totally new to them. Okay, this is that awakening that Michelle's talking about. That is this that is coming to you in waves. It's coming to you in vibrational frequencies. And again, it's good. There are those that believe in the foundation of their belief, which was their truth. Their truth become their belief, and their belief is their foundation. That is going to absolutely be shaken.
Oh, Santa Claus, the Santa Claus belief system.
Absolutely. For it's going to be out the window. These children are going to know better. Absolutely.
They're going to know the truth.
They're going to know the truth. They're going to, yeah. The wake is that big of a deal. You're going to have kids awaken to where, there's a story about a kid, a little child. I think it's like from Ohio. I think it's from Ohio here. That awoken to the point of, well, hey, mom, told mom, oh, he's like seen something on TV that triggered him, right? And he said, little man hurt. And his mom said, what did you mean? What did you say? And he says, he goes running to his mom, little man hurt. And he starts referring to a being, a guy, a vessel, a spiritual experience that he had a remembrance of. A trigger. Again, you remember, these are triggers. Okay? They're triggers. This child woke up to a past life event where he was a pilot, went down. Okay? We're talking World War, whatever World War is, like World War III, whatnot. And he awakened to just by a triggered event. Watching the television. Okay? It triggered something in him. And he's like, oh my God. Now, these kind of events, can you imagine? Because as you awaken to who you are, what you are, yada, 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 we're all anchored to the planet via your root chakra. Listen clearly. What I'm about to tell you is relevant. very, very relevant and needing to know. We are all anchored to this planet, which is a living entity. Okay? That is our first connection. As we move up through our awakening process, the Christos, that consciousness of Christ, the knowing that you are in control of your matrix. As we all start to rise in frequency, them chakra points become brighter and brighter and brighter. And again, this is the connection point in the matrix that we are all connected. Our chakra points are literally connected through the flower of life, okay, which will determine where you are at in your creative God power. So as you awaken, teacher, and you start teaching, you're going to have to hope that that next person in line that sits and listens to you, okay, gets brighter than you. This is what I'm saying. The solar event, the solar flash, is literally just the God consciousness going, you're ready. Your world is ready. Prepare. You see what I'm saying? That's going to happen. Yeah. That's going to happen. It's happening now.
That's weird that you said it that way. I had an experience where I heard an audible voice say, "Are you ready?"
You're ready.
To me. It was male. It was male. This was, okay, do you remember when they sent out the emergency alert like a year ago and everybody was freaking out about it? They were going to be sending out an emergency alert on all the phones.
Right. Okay, right.
I woke up that morning a few hours before it was supposed to happen, and I was laying in bed. The house was completely quiet. Everybody was asleep. And I heard a man say, "Are you ready?" And I was like, holy shit.
That was me. You know? That was me, Shirley.
I heard a man say, "Are you ready?" What's crazy, another chick I know named Emily on my friends list, she too had the same experience. Heard a man say, "Are you ready?"
Yes.
And so that was very interesting because I shared the experience, and, you know, for her to have that too, that told me something. But something told me that day, Robert and my daughter thought I was crazy. I was like, we're taking our phones, we're putting them in the trunk, and we're going to go drive out to the lake. We're going to walk away from these phones. We're going to go chill with nature.
Good.
And they were like, we don't need to do this. Well, I said, no. I said, my instincts are telling me we need to go. I said, there's something about this pulse. I don't like it. I said, I know we need to go. So what was weird is as I was leaving the house that day, there was all this Norse stuff happening, like ravens and birds, big birds kept flying around me. But I ended up at this tree. Yeah, everything was fine. Nothing was wrong, you know, after, you know, everything was fine. But as we were driving, there were synchronicities everywhere happening. And like,
did you hug your tree?
Complaining. Oh yeah.
You hugged the tree?
Complaining. Oh, I totally did. I was like, I'm going to go sit with this tree. I feel safe with the tree.
Right.
You know, and they were really mad at me because I was interfering with their day. They just didn't see, you know, why I was making them do this. But as we were driving, I pointing things out, I was like, do you see these things happening? This is like a synchronization point, you know?
Miss Laura Joe wants to point out that she heard the same thing, Michelle.
Oh, yeah. See, I mean, it was very interesting. I was like, okay, I audibly heard a voice.
That was me. And I'm serious. You have no idea how often I do from time to time smoke, and I go into meditation, and I understand all of you. I do. I go right back to my experience within the void. And I literally yell at every single one of you and go, it's time. It's time. It's time. My God, it's time. You have got the knowledge within you. Just use it. My God, I'm shaking myself in my bed. I'm going, you're ready. You're ready. My God, you're ready. Because
the things we can make happen.
Oh my God, the things we can make happen.
If I could just get people to believe. I can't tell you how many times I try to get people to manifest with me and they just don't believe it.
Well, you're living a dream within a dream. There's
We can make stuff happen.
you got there's a lady. Let me. I want to share this with everybody in the chat. This new, this watching, this not really paying attention, really participating. But there's a lady that I absolutely love to death. Her name is Michelle Espinosa. I refer to her as the shaman. I want to share with you. She is an astrologer. She is a medium. She is a dream walker. Okay, she is above and beyond me. She will absolutely guide you, help you understand your soul chart, help you better understand who you are, spiritually speaking, metaphorically speaking, your connection with the cosmos. She has that understanding, and I am grateful that she's in my life. That because there, again, the creation itself is very, very, very quantumly hidden in front of our faces. Okay, so those people that know and are in the need to know. Lilo is another one. Lay is another girl that is spot on with a lot of shit. These two ladies, please friend them in the chat, get to know them, follow them, as well as Michelle Sanders here. Her link is in the description of the broadcast. The knowledge of these ladies, listen to me, the feminine aspect of you is awakened. These ladies can see things you cannot see. Okay, the masculine, we're all divided. The body is divided by two, a positive and a negative, feminine, masculine. So when the two come together to manifest shit here in this matrix, it is amazing. It is absolutely amazing. So the dialogue that her and I are bouncing off of one another, it's I'm feeding from her, she's feeding from me, and I'm not meaning to, but I am going a little bit deeper into telling you what you've needed to hear, as far as like maybe even her. You've divine timing is really, really a powerful thing. I mean, I'm not saying that she's not awakened. I'm saying that I am an aspect of her masculine side, okay, as well as her own husband, because they're both are divine entities. Okay, we are put together, male, female, for a reason. We come together to co-create. So together, whenever we manifest together, okay, we need one another. We are that connection point.
Yes.
Yes.
I know how important you are to me. 2012, I went to the Nathaniel Hawthorne house, which is your family, from your family's lineage.
It is.
And then we're both Campbells too, so there's that. And I'm close to a local family here with the last name Turner. I grew up with. So, with synchronicity wise, there's something to that for sure. And our meeting, Well,
we're all placed in one another's lives at perfect timing. And here's the thing. Again, I got to go back to the controllers of our countries. It's a joke. It truly is. It's a joke, okay? Because the planet is a living entity. We are helping it evolve. We're helping it evolve to the next level of consciousness. And then we probably get to do this game again. I don't know. I don't really know. All I can tell you is the experiences within the vastness totality of all that is so vast, it is constantly hiding itself every time someone becomes awakened to the understanding of what it is. Let me say that again. It is constantly hiding itself from you the more awakened you get. Okay, again, there are people in your matrices here in this physical understanding that are Illuminati, right? That think that but the problem is they're egotistical. Okay, they want to keep you dumbed down so that they can profit off of your manifestation. Did you hear me? There are those that are profiting off of your manifestation. There's those using your enlightenment against you. They're profiting off of your loosh Because the moment they can knock you down, scare you, make you feel like shit, they feed off of that energy here in this creation of thing. They, like Amy Jo just said, they suck your energy.
You want to know a perfect example and a way to look at things 5D wise? 9/11, when Bush was in the classroom with the children.
Perfect example.
What are they so obsessed with the children for? Children's creative abilities are so powerful. They're not limited.
They are.
So you have these. What was he telling those children to say? Again, in the beginning is the word, right? Word is all about. It begins with the word, with creation and the frequency of the words.
But there's more to that.
He was sitting there, and they were saying these things. They were telling the kids to say these words.
But there's more to that.
What happened?
There's more than that. There's more than that. There's more than why. There's more to the children. Let me share with you, okay? Again, Amy Jo says evil. If you want to classify it as evil, indeed it is evil. Because here's the thing. These children, okay, these children don't get to listen very clear as to what I'm about to share with you. Okay? Because this is what I'm dropping here is probably a key to something a lot of you needed to know. Okay? You need to hear it. The trigger, I myself am very triggered when it comes to the children. And I can tell you one of the reasons why, and that is because I know for a fact that the children are going to be able to experience and continue the prolonged experience so that the creator has an experience. Okay, this is the most, if you want to know the most blasphemy to the creator, it is literally taking the child prior to even experiencing. Okay, I see it right there. The word source code 777 just dropped it. Okay, if you want to know why they're killing innocent children, it is because the primordial soup code is within their experience. They are coming in here enlightened. They're coming into your matrix, understanding that they are the power. They know how the matrix is built. They know every aspect of what's going on in this world. So they're taking them, they're taking them out in a systematic thousands by thousands, both by sacrifice as well as off planet. We're not the only species in town. And that is another thing that we're going to learn real soon. The awakening population, you're going to see a mass awakening to, oh shit.
Mm-hmm.
We are not the only species. Your creator literally is all things, the contents and the container, as well as everything around the container. There's more to you than meets the subsequential manifested eye. Okay? So whenever that crystal starts to rise and that lotus on your head blows the petals off, you're going to see a mass awakening so deep that these people aren't going to be able to hide the creator anymore. Because that's what they're trying to do. They're trying to literally scare you into non-creative ability. I'm done. Miss Kristen says, why do you think that Trump started Space Force? There you go.
Oh yeah, Space Force.
I mean, you're going to see an exponential enlightenment, just like the red wave that you all seen it. I'm telling you, I know y'all seen it. I had to work at 4 o'clock in the morning, and I still stayed up and seen it. They want to know. Your people truly want to know, and you're about to find out. I mean, if you want people to go to prison, want to go to jail, want them to die, there probably will be. Miss Monica Wright says, Project Bluebeam.
Oh, yeah.
Project Bluebeam, sweetheart, is just the illusion. Okay?
It mimics and feeds off the original.
Mm-hmm.
It's important to know.
Project Bluebeam is what she's referring to is the event of, maybe first contact. I'm telling you, Monica, If you're here for, and I'm talking in this broadcast, if you're here for a reason. You asked that question for a reason. I'm giving you the answer to that question because I know it's a question. Okay, Project Bluebeam is nothing but a mockery to the totality of what you're about to witness and experience. You'll know, your spirit will know the truth. You'll know what it, you can feel it. You can walk into a room and you can tell. Okay? I mean, I'm not speaking for Morgan. I'm not speaking for Tammy or David or even Michelle. I'm telling you, you guys are all, you're ready. Okay? You're ready. You're ready. You're ready. So just embrace it. Be aware that what's going on whenever you walk into the room, you can absolutely tell. You can tell whether the room, you can feel it. You can feel it. So again, Miss Wright, to answer your question, you'll feel it. You'll know the difference between the illusion and reality. Because again, everything that is in your world, okay, is perceived by you. It is perceived by you. So knowing that you are part of the co-creative mechanism, okay, you'll feel it because you're part of that creation. You're needing to experience it. Again, going back to, God forbid, you mentioned the children, Michelle. Okay? There's a reason for the sacrifice, and I'm talking at a systematic rate. Okay? Systematically speaking, they are taking as many of them as they possibly can. Okay? And again, your heart will break, but you got to understand that it doesn't matter. It truly doesn't matter. Because at the end of the day, these little spirits are coming back again and again and again and again. You can't stop. Again, listen to what Q said. Listen to what Quantum said. You are going to be able to stop what's coming. Okay? The awakening process is going to be so drastic, you're not going to stop what's coming. They're not going to stop it. You're watching the systematic destruction of the old guard right now. Diddy, exposure of Hollywood, exposure of music, country scene, politics. It is all an illusion to keep you from knowing who you are. All right, Michelle, I'm done.
So the evil things that they do to the children, it's important to look at masculine and feminine energies. And again, with blue beam's a good example. So the infrared and the ultraviolet. In amongst the Christos bloodlines and lineages, you have blue flame keepers and violet flame keepers. I'm a violet flame keeper and a trifold flame keeper. So in my auric field, you mainly see magenta and gold, but there's blue as well. So I'm able to not only receive, I'm magnetic in reception, I can transmit. Some people are stronger transmitters. Some people, it's mainly just reception, receiving information, okay? So you got to look at that. Women and children, okay, in the organic grid, the way it works, the rose lines, there's many ways of describing it. Men are like the paintbrush. Women and children are like the paint and the canvas, okay? You have to have the paint and the canvas to create the art. Right?
And how does the canvas start?
And if they're wanting to get away with stuff, they don't want the good stuff to come out, this healing information, ways that we can be self-sufficient to rapidly heal. Because again, it's about the money for them. They want all that money.
Say it, Michelle.
It's insane because they've already had it.
Do you need them?
So what do? They put these evil things in the minefield of these children and women as well.
Right.
Okay, look at the porn and all that, right?
Mm-hmm.
They do all that to attempt to create these dark things that lower the frequency. Okay, it's just, and we all do. I don't like to use the word sin. The word sin means to sine, from a sine wave. It means whatever you project, it's going to go out and it's cause and effect. That's the true meaning of the word sin or to sine. It's the dollar sign on the dollar bill, the symbol for the dollar bill on its side. It's a frequency wave. So what you put out, it's going to go out, it's going to come back.
Right.
And so they're we all know we fail and we do things. We're not perfect. We all have addictions. They've made us feel ashamed for our needs because, again, it's for the money system. Well, we have receptors for a reason.
They're making
we shouldn't be embarrassed.
Of course, they're making you feel bad. That's what they do. That's how they create. That, again, you got to remember, they are no damn different than you. They're no different than you. So, of course, listen, fundamentally speaking, religion is a division. Okay? It will absolutely divide humanity. And dividing humanity, you can remember what I told you. Energetically, we are all part of the primordial soup. Let me say that again. Primordial soup. The cosmic consciousness, that's what you are. We are all like little fragments of consciousness. The same consciousness. Okay? So like she's saying, keeping you in fear, that's definitely a tactic. But it does, they're again, all what they're doing is they're prolonging the control, okay? The machine. I got to use the word machine. 7-drop control machine. They're in control of the machine. They know that they've created a right now in physicality, physically speaking, they've created one hell of a control mechanism. Okay? That's religion. Right? Then they divide you by sexual orientation. Right? Then they're gonna do that. You're not black, or they divide you by black and white and green, or yellow, tan. They pull the race card on you, right? Mm-hmm. Anything that they can divide you by, they do this. Because by doing that, again, it keeps the energetic chakra points of every single one of you from connecting with one another and upgrading that energy. Okay, you heard Michelle talk about the critical mass, the 100 monkey effect. That's what your chakras do, and they connect you, and they will connect you. I'm going to let Michelle take the mic for a second and talk about why they scared the fuck out of y'all and talked about COVID, and then wanted to separate. I'm not talking about the viri. I'm talking I'm not talking about the vaccination. I'm talking about the understanding. What I want to point out here before she starts telling you about this is this. Whenever you get together and get to download like I'm downloading and just spitting shit out to you. This kind of knowing, this download I guess it's considered, what translation, okay? Spirit translation. When you get to that point, okay, that is whenever you're able to teach and then go to the next level. I personally believe I'm at a plateau, okay? I'm looking for that other understanding.
You're waiting for the big flash.
I'm waiting for everybody to upgrade so that I can go on. Okay. Yeah. Now, again, going back to her and where we're going with this is there's a reason why these because here's the thing. We all were, remember me telling you perfect timing. Okay. Divine timing, so to speak, right? We all know that there's going to be a breaking point. The pimple's about to pop. Okay? And here's the thing. There is no time. It's a fucking joke. Okay? However, in cycle, there is in cycle timing mark based upon experience. Okay? The chakra energy point has got to experience a dimension known as time. Time doesn't exist. It is just a dimension. So, taking that further, time is a dimension. Everything is based on the cycle. This is biblical. Okay? No one knows the day or time because you are energy in a being. You don't know the gauge. There's those in the world manifested that do not know the gauge. They don't know. They're absolutely scared shitless of when they do become in the know, because they know that when they become in the know, you become in the know. We all upgrade at the same time. Okay? This is the problem. You've got those in your matrices that know what I'm telling you to an aspect of they get together, whether they admit, whether they like one another or not. What they've got that you don't have is togetherness. They've got conferences. They've got money and power. And they're all in a big club, and we ain't in it. Okay? So when
They don't even have each other's backs.
Oh, hell no. No.
They're backstabbers.
They don't have one another's backs. Okay? They have got to rely on this belief that I've got your back. Okay? So when the enlightenment, whenever your awakening is happening to your family, your friends, and again, Michelle, I want you to really, really touch on why they kept us separate during this enlightenment stage.
I'm going to say something on air that I finally feel safe enough to do so.
Well, good.
Because the timing has passed, and it will help those that are about to experience these things for the first time. But there were moments, but again, it's very important to comprehend this sentence. In the beginning was the word, okay, especially with co-creation. There were moments that people were coming around me. They didn't comprehend my template. I'm O negative, man. If you understand the blood donation chart, you understand the notes of how the 144,000 frequency works. It's who's compatible with who, okay? Mm-hmm. Everybody can have O negative blood. I can only have my own kind of, right? So there's that. But there were people they were saying things in front of me or coming at me in a competitive way. And I'm sitting there thinking, dude, I'm not competing with you. I don't compete with anybody. I compete with myself and myself only. I've always been that way. And some people get really threatened by my presence because I don't care to compete with them at all. I'm me. They're them, right?
And there's no need, right?
There's no need to compete because how do you do that? We're all individuals, right? And we all have something to give and to share. But there were moments where the frequency was so high and the Schumann was so high that instant manifestations were occurring. I was watching this stuff unfold. I spent time that I could have been like, going, hey, you want to have $1 million? Or you want this, you want that? Rebuking people because they were talking to me about these things, these horrible things. And I'd be like, I rebuke that. I just constantly having to take my creative energy and push back. Okay, it was very odd, but you may find yourself in a similar situation. You'll know what I'm talking about because you'll be very sensitive to what people are saying around you, okay? I've learned how to, your thoughts, all it takes is a thought. If somebody says something and they're trying to create something with you that you disagree with, you can think that you rebuke that or you do not consent, okay?
Right.
That's very important to know.
Okay.
Again, they don't want you to know that you can do that you can say, I do not consent to the tyranny you're trying to push on me.
No,
or you're
they
trying
do
to
not.
Make me do something.
They
can't
do not
force you. In the end, when you're awakened to your power, they can't stop you, especially if you have no negative intention towards these people. You just want good. Okay. You want good. You want live and let live, It's not about being perfect.
But Michelle, this is the thing that I got to go back to. We are all creators. Okay.
Right.
Again, I'm going to throw out the word Hillary Clinton. Okay. Now I know right now we've got a lot of smokers, in the house here.
Yeah.
So I here, let me give you an example of how cannabis and you're watching something in your world take place. And let me point this out real quick while I'm on this thing. Is you're watching a movement take place in this country as well as around the world where these tools, okay, cannabis is a tool. It truly is, but the thing with cannabis is it's misrepresented, it is misused, it's not truly understood. However, taking it to a metaphysical point here, it is a tool. Okay, it can get you. You know the word terminology high. I'm getting high. What does this mean? Getting high means that it is literally raising. I'm sorry to a couple of you, it's trying to raise your frequency, okay, to understanding of the template level reality of the planet. Okay, that's why it is known as the God's plant in your terminology. That's why it is literally, there are things about the cannabis plant that's going to become known that, from what I understand, it is going to exponentially change everyone's life, whether you smoke it or you don't. But I'm just telling you, it is a tool for you to literally see why all of these people do the shit they do. Okay? They are no better than you. Like Michelle just said, they're no better than you. Okay? But by you going into this template level creation, you truly understand what I'm telling you. Okay, it helps you to be able to turn into understand the frequency of Hillary Clinton, Bill Clinton, Klaus Schwab, all of these players, what we call here the non-playable character. Okay? We call these people the non-playable character because you can't play them. They are experienced within your experience here. They play a part. They do play a part in the awakening of the process of the God consciousness. Okay? And you'll come to an understanding if you truly get into what the plant can teach you. You'll become aware that they too are a part of your facade. They're no better than you. But again, the Christ consciousness that is coming, they're scared shitless. I gotta point that out. They're scared.
They're afraid we're gonna lynch them.
Oh my God, they are scared shitless. Yeah, I mean they're thinking that they're literally thinking that we're going to burn them at the stake, right? Because there's some, no offense to you, but there's some really powerful biatches that I know that remember. They remember. So knowing that they're in their world here with Hillary, Bill, and blah 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 blah, as this red wave of awakening moves across the country, they're scared shitless that they're going to be burned at the stake because there's a bunch of people that absolutely remember. They remember. My people. I'm Cherokee, as well as Blackfoot. My heritage, my soul knows that these people do very, very nefarious, evil shit. Okay? To try to keep in control, of you. Sorry. But that's true. They're trying to keep you under their thumb. That's exactly what they're trying to do. But whenever the trigger happens, the trigger's going to happen. And there is nothing that they can do about it.
The thing that they shouldn't be afraid of, they're afraid that they're going to have lack. They're afraid that we're going to retaliate on them and do all these things. And we're aware that many of them were blackmailed or they were raised this way.
Of course they were.
And so, again, it comes down, I don't like to use the word forgiveness because if you know the power of the number 4.
Yeah.
But I will say people overlooking some of the things that they've done, it comes down to, like, we all affect one another. We want peace. We want compensation for the damages that have occurred. We want the ability to live here with abundance, without fear, and enjoy the time that we have while we're here. And when they realize that, hopefully they'll stop doing the things that they've been doing to just keep everybody oppressed. But I can tell you, when I had my awakening, my big one, I was shown they're terrified of me. They are so scared of me. There's something about me. I had an experience. Would you like to hear about this experience involving radiation?
Bring it. I know.
Okay,
I know.
this was-
Yeah, man.
So this was in 2020. This was a few months. This was right before the shutdown, I think. I went to the grocery store. It was late at night. I am not the type of person, I wasn't the type of person to spend time in the sunlight. I'm an old school goth girl, okay? Like pale complexion.
Okay.
And, this was winter time. It was cold out. Definitely not the type of person to go out with my clothes off in the sunlight or go tanning.
You'll burn.
Right. It was late at night, and I felt this. My back started sweating, and I felt this burning sensation. So when we got home, I had Robert look at my back, and he took a picture, and I had burns in between my shoulder blade. It looked like a sunburn, but my skin was like peeling, and my heart felt a certain way. There was something involving the heart chakra as well, or something with the Emerald Order and the heart. Okay, the heart chakra being green and the power of the heart. Well, I had this burn up here. Well, I don't remember if it was at that moment or many months later. I think it was in the summertime, if I'm not mistaken. I had a strange experience. My daughter's friend was staying at her house, and my daughter had dated this kid. I sensed evil around this dude. When I met him, I didn't like him. They only dated for like a month or so, and they broke up. He cheated on her or something like that. She really didn't care. She wasn't in love with him. She moved on.
Right.
Many months had went by. All right, well, her friend comes to my bedroom. It's in the it's like 2 or 3 in the morning. Okay, late at night. And that's when I'm more aware and alive too, is at nighttime. My instincts are really strong at night. And I'm usually tired in the daytime. Well, this girl comes downstairs. She tells me that this guy that dated my daughter is threatening to do a drive-by on her house and threatening to kill her. And I have a long fuse. It is hard to get me in a situation where I'm going to lash out at you, because I'm just a very understanding person.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Of course, right.
So, but messing with my kid, man, so Mama Bear comes out. I get severely pissed off. And I'm O. Blood type O is the warrior blood, by the way. So, yeah. I get really mad. This kid starts calling my phone, or I think I messaged him. I told him, hey, I know where you live. I know where you work. Here, this is your name. This is your boss's name. This is da da da. Anything happens, the information's already been forwarded to people to deal with it. And this kid just kept poking me. Okay,
right.
Like poking the bear, and I went off. I was screaming. I lost my voice, but my back started burning. Okay, again, this burn, and I could feel it in my chest. Well, at some point, I realized I was like, something is trying to bait me. There's something about my creative power here. I am an Aries sun, and my Mars is in Aries. Well, Aries is ruled by Mars. Mars energy is very powerful. And again, it's linked to the root chakra too, right? So it's in its native home in my chart. That means that's one of my powers, okay? Well, something inside of me was like, this kid, there's something about this. I need to back off. So I did. I laid down. I went to bed. I wake up, turn the TV on. all over the world were explosions that happened that day. There was a port in China, a known child trafficking port, that it just blew up. Why does this matter? Well, I get online, and some of my friends that are like me had radiation burns. One, you could see bruises in his cheek on the outside, look like his teeth. Another guy in England, he had what looked like the perfect circle, the band, the crescent moons, on his chest in the front. Mine was in the back. He had burns that looked like the perfect, or like Iron Man, right? Like the superhero. It was around his heart, burns in his skin. And then that same symbol, the crescent moons, this one chick I know had them in her foot, okay, at the heel of her foot, like this dark purple bruise. But this all happened within a 24-hour period before these explosions. Why does this matter? Many years ago, I come across a whistleblower by the name of Duncan O'Finian. Duncan O'Finian was part of the Men Who Stare at Goats project.
Oh, shit.
In the military. And you know what they did, right?
Oh, yeah.
With thoughts, okay? That was with thought. Well, he was Rh negative. His story, he didn't remember much of anything. He was in Vietnam. He goes into a bar in his hometown, and this old man is sitting at the bar, and the bartender goes, "Oh, holy shit, I haven't seen you two in so long, blah, blah, blah." They look at each other. They don't know each other. They don't. And the bartender's like, "You used to come in here every weekend together. Like, you're best friends. You were always together."
What?
And they look at each other and they go, "I don't know what you're talking about, dude." Right?
Oh,
so they sit
shit.
down, come to find out they served at the same time in Vietnam, same places. Well, after this happened, they started getting back memories. Okay? And you looked at these two guys. One looks like a metalhead dude, like a biker, and the other one more like wearing a high and tight cop look, like just didn't look like they belonged together as friends. But there was something about them in these projects that they were part of. Well, if you're ever interested in checking them out, it's Duncan O-Finion, O'Finion. You can look him up, and the other guy's name was Dave something. Anyway, he tells a story. Okay, I started having strange experiences. This was when Robert and I first got married. I see this documentary. He's talking about all this strange stuff happening to him. Robert goes to work one night, and he would come home at 7 a.m. and go to bed and climb into bed with me. Well, I would turn the computer off every night before bedtime. And I remember him getting in bed, the computer was off. All of a sudden, I hear like an old woman talking at the corner of the room. I wear contacts, so my contacts are out. I sit up. I can't see what's on the screen of the computer, but the screen is lit up blue. Okay? There was a woman talking through my fucking computer.
Oh my
She was
God.
saying something that was very, very important. I know it was important, and I was trying to tell Robert, and I was shaking him, and I was trying to stay awake. Something was trying to make me go back to sleep.
Was it AI? Was this AI or what?
It was something. Like, I didn't want a computer in our house, and one of my friends gave him a computer. And at the time, I was like, I really don't want this in the house, blah, blah, blah. I've always had issues with technology. Like, I have to love-hate thing with me.
All right.
But, like, there's something about it. Well, anyway, this happened, and this was around the time I watched this documentary. Well, he tells a story in this documentary about he was a kid. U.S. soldiers took him and a group of children. They all had pale skin, light eyes, and white or light colored hair. They took them on a helicopter and took them to a town that was Asian. He doesn't know what country he was in. He just knew there were Asian people walking around. And he took these children. The soldiers took the children and faced them towards the village and made them hold hands. and stand in a crescent shape. And he said that light came out of their chests like the Care Bears. They called it it was like a Care Bear stare thing.
Oh my
But
God.
the light hit the village and blew the village up. And then he took the children. They took the children and put them back on the helicopter, and they, went home. Well, he told the story many times in conferences and stuff. And this woman appeared. That she was one of the children there with him and remembered. They ended up getting married, and they both tell their story. It's amazing, right?
They play the game. You know what? Again, I got to go back to all of our stories here in the cycle of experience that we're in. Every single one of these stories are very unique because you just went into a circle of I gotta point out children, a half crescent circle of what? Kids.
Children holding hands.
So okay, so you're linked together. Probably, I'm gonna take it a step further. Say probably boy, girl, boy, girl, boy, girl, boy, girl. Because again,
and blood type,
and via blood type, right? That again, the experience. You just can't make this shit up. Okay, above and beyond all things, this is the kind of shit that they're trying to stop. They're trying to stop them coming, your people. I gotta say, your people becoming enlightened and awakened to who they truly are. They're part of source energy. You are never not going to be part of source energy. So it's amazing. That little story you said is absolutely amazing. The power that we got here incarnate to do what we can do. We're held back.
They're using it for nefarious means.
Yes.
Though. I mean, that energy could be used to heal people.
My God. But, right. Being here. But see, here's the thing. I've got to share this with you, Michelle, and everybody else that already knows this. Okay? What did Christ say? If you see me, you what? If you see me, you see the Father. Okay?
Yeah.
You cannot, the creation does not make a mistake.
No.
Okay? We are being poisoned. Air, food, water, okay? Everything. And what it's doing is literally, it is killing the biological entity so that the creator cannot experience. That is like and killing the children, that alone is one of the biggest mockeries to God you can ever get, is to literally kill the experience prior to experience. Okay.
Do you know how many martyrs are here right now on planet that were killed throughout the last few thousands of years?
There's
that are here right now.
Yes, there's power in that. There's power in that. That's why they try to take it. But trust me, they know that you don't. There's the thing, okay? They say that the child has got no experience simply because it's a child. It feels nothing, doesn't experience, it hasn't seen light yet, yada yada yada. Do you not think? How many of you guys have ever tuned into an entity, an energy known as Cryon? Okay, the Cryon crystal's energy is an energy that has been channeled, okay, by I know the dude is Lee Carroll, that has never been within physicality. Okay, that dude is, to me, is very special because his being is awakened enough to channel that energy that has never chosen to be a physical being.
Consciousness.
Right.
A frequency band of consciousness.
It is just absolutely. It is a frequency band within a vast. Do you have any understanding how vast you really are as a being? The human mind cannot even wrap its one specific cell again around what you are. You are not only an amazing manifestation of Creator, but you are an infinite possibility of creation. Okay, and there are those in your reality right now anchored. You're anchored in. You're a light. You are a light being anchored into a 3D being, anchored to a 3D vessel, anchored to a 3D planet. There's some that see it flat. You want to? That's fine. Let them see it flat, but that's fine. They're not you. We're worried about you. Okay, I'm worried about you. That once you could become awakened to what you are, who you are, why you are, there is no stopping you. So don't let that power of control, okay, manifest itself into your life, because again, we already have that. It's all right. It's coming. The wave is coming. Tina Dane, the ICU in there, sweetheart. Good night to you. Good night to you, Miss Tina. But
I wanted to explain something about the smart dust.
Please.
All right, if you know anything about DARPA smart dust. So again, what happened in 2020 and what they were, the language they were using. I was told that in 2020 was the coronation year. I would say Team 144, because Team 144 would be comprised of the population that receives 144,000 frequency and the elect combined, okay? So that's a certain portion of the population. And so the coronation was happening. We were receiving our crowns of light. And what did they do? They went on TV. They scared everybody. They said it was bat soup or whatever, right? When you realize there is an Ark of the Covenant, a physical Ark of the Covenant mercy seat box that is part of the New Jerusalem technology. It may be in America, by the way, with the X that the solar eclipse paths made. It may be in the Ozarks. It may be in these areas that they're targeting. It's possible. But either way, it's somewhere on this planet. But you also, macro to micro, the way truth expresses itself, okay? The mammalian body has an Ark of the Covenant within the skull. And that, it looks like, if you were to cut the brain in half, it looks like the Ark of the Covenant. Also, look, the sphenoid bone. It's called the sphenoid bone.
Okay.
If you look at the sphenoid bone, it looks like a bat.
Oh, interesting.
The pineal gland sits above this. And during the procession, when there were certain cosmic frequencies occurring, it causes the pineal gland to secrete alchemical gold into the nasal cavity. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
Now think about what they did with the swabs. Right?
Oh, yeah. Right.
I was told that the swabs were dual purposed. It was one, to see who's who has the alchemical gold, but two, an attempt to interrupt the alchemy, because that alchemical gold pooling in the nasal cavity was breaking the seals in the body to receive the Christed energy, okay, to be connected and to activate the DNA. That was their whole, them saying it was bat soup. They're trying to tell you the truth.
They're bullshit.
But they were mocking it too. This is the thing.
Yes, they always mock it. Everything in your world.
And the smart dust. Now, the other C word, I don't say that word. It's okay if other people say it, but I just don't feel comfortable with it, because in reverse, it means to be possessed. Now, think about this. If they're spraying smart dust on everything, right? Smart dust only understands certain commands, right? Yes and no, maybe. I don't know about maybe, but I definitely would think it would be yes and no. If you think of how AI works, right? How is it to activate? Words, maybe? And if people were using that word and they had smart dust, think about it. It was a trigger word of some kind for that time. But anytime, you feel something strange involving that, you have the right to rebuke that. Okay. Like, I went through this phase in 2020. Like, I was cleaning everything and praying over my cleaning products. And I mean, it was nuts, man. I was super sensitive. Like, I can talk about these things now because time has passed.
Right.
For what I've been through. But man, I would just say be aware of that. Okay. And it's why chlorella is so important, and glutathione. Glutathione in 2020, you couldn't find it. Glutathione is something that the body makes inside of the liver, and it's one of the known things that purges nanotech.
What?
So how do you want to get rid of nano?
Glutathione. No
Glutathione.
No shit.
You make it by mixing pineapple and cucumbers, juice it, and you can drink it, and it will flush that stuff out of you.
From what I understand, that's one of the reasons why they were trying to pretty much get rid of and or when the, I say air quotes, pandemic come along, and they tried to, they manipulated, we know this, okay? They manipulated a viri on the planet. That's what they did. They manipulated a virus on the planet. The one that hit us all was indeed there to change the biological being at a DNA level. And if you didn't take the stab and jab, they were going to get you one way or another. I mean, they're trying like a mother. You know that. You can see it.
Trying to control it. It piggybacks off the original. This is the thing. Like, for instance, like talking about Blue Beam. Mm-hmm. I've had experiences with real angelic ships. They're made of light. You can tell it's made of light. And I've had experiences with government ships. They're like and holograms as well. You can tell a big difference between the two.
Oh, you really bet your ass.
There's a very different feeling with it. But yeah.
What the hell, Michelle? Yeah. I have absolutely just enjoyed this conversation with you. But
I know we could go on forever.
I could talk to you about these things, especially if you let me smoke during break. I will indeed tune into my own source. Again, you heard me. My own source that I do. I meditate within myself like this all the time. But whenever I smoke, it's literally I do dialogue in my own mind. Okay, so I'm very, very well aware of who I am in me, and I chase the I am within me to understand what I'm able to share with you guys tonight. But I want, dude, you and I can talk about these things all the time, anytime you want. I love this topic, which is a multiplicity of topics. But however, I'm just saying I do believe that people need to know what they've gotten tonight, and I hope they take in and build off of it, and acknowledge what I'm told them, and they believe what I've told them. They are more. Human, you are more than your being. Yes. I mean, you are so much more than your being. It's just knowing it, because again, we're all connected. Energetically, we're connected. From the root again to the crown. Gregory asks pretty much if I am an NPC. Do you exist? I have questioned me. Now again, this is funny but not funny, because I have questioned that, and I can tell you this. Okay, I can tell you that I think. Okay, I got to go back to what we all know. The words, I think, therefore I am. And that's all I can tell you, is because I truly do not know. Okay? I'll be honest with you. What I do know is that I am able to do like you do. And that is physically sense the manifestation world that I'm in. through the five senses of my being. My being does the same thing yours does. It smells, it touches, it tastes, it feels, it perceives. I am as real as you from what I understand. Okay? But I can also tell you what I just told you again. I'll tell you again, you are more than your being. The moment you really, really realize that you are an energy, and again, those that you have been with me, you know that I wanted to dig deeper into the manifestation of the physicalness, and so I become a clinical hypnotherapist. I wanted to know what consciousness was. I wanted to know. So getting involved in hypnosis and the subconscious and the mind, I learned these things. Okay, what took me years to learn, I can like regurgitate it and puke it on you. Sorry for saying that, but I can do that in the matter of probably a couple hours. Okay. But again, we are all part of one another's world for a reason. Am I real? As real as the table that you set your drink of water on. That is how real I am to you. And that's how real you are to me. We are physically manifest in our own co-creation. That is what we are. So thank you guys for being with me in my world. Thank you for being part of my reality. Even to door kicker Larry Hawkins that believes none of this bullshit, he too is part of my world. There you go. That is my 186 dimensional doodlebot speech.
Awesome.
So again, thank you for being part of me. Michelle, I love you. I truly do. You, Robert, the both of you guys are great people, and I'm glad that the both of you are part of my world as well. I got to meet you guys one day and physically give you guys a hug, man. The both of you, I love you to pieces, man. And I thank you for being part of my world.
Well, we thank you too. I'm very, very grateful for you. I love you so much, and everybody that's part of the Matrix Minds family. I'm so thankful for you guys because you bring some sanity with all this. Because this stuff is some intense. It's intense, right?
Yes, it's intense.
You wake up, you realize this, and it's like, whoa, this is not what we were told, you know. But yeah, I would love to meet you one day. I'm really hopeful about this inheritance. I'm told there's an inheritance, and if that's true, that would be great because it would give a lot of us the knowledge that we've been given. If we were able to financially back these things, and we could change the world with the stuff that I've been shown. Starting companies and things like that, you know, it would be great. It would be great to be able to do all that.
It will be. I think that it will be amazing. What we have got coming down the pike, I do say is going to be amazing, okay? Because here's the thing. They have stifled you all, as well as myself, for very much way too long. So, so when it comes to an inheritance, again, these people, they know. And I know that you know they know that you know. Mm-hmm. Okay, it's right there. It's like, here's the thing. Every time we try to expose them, right, and they it's like they're like a scab. You need to bleed from time to time. You truly do. Okay, so nevertheless, they're just ripping the damn sore, the scab off of your sore, so not to let you bleed, not to let you mourn this experience, because that's what it is, man. They're holding you back, and that's what they're doing. They know this, so yeah,
on
you're
purpose.
Damn straight.
And we came to help them. That's the sad part. We came to help them, and the information we have would their world would be. It affects them too. You know, it affects their children.
We didn't even get into reptilians. Did not even get into the different species, and that's
man.
As it's, you know what, whenever my closing statement, I will kind of mention some things, and I want to point out to people, just one in specific that we can talk about, and or I'll share with them prior to, okay, but nevertheless, I again I want to say thank you to you, and thank you for Rob, for number one, the time that he allowed me to steal you for 3 hours. But that's all right. That's my brother from another mother too, man. I love you guys. I will one day put my arms around
Be able
the
to
both
meet
of you,
you in person.
and
Yes.
I'll hug the both of you.
Yes.
All right, thank you,
I'm so
Michelle.
grateful and thankful for you too.
I appreciate you, and we all do. You've got a lot of friend requests probably coming at you. I hope anyway. Again,
Me too.
Michelle's contact is in the description of tonight's broadcast, Brainiacs. It is.
And if you want me to come on anytime, just let me know. I'm always down. There's so much more to say, you know.
All right, no problem. Not a problem. As long as long as Robert don't mind, I know I don't mind. We got a lot to unpack, and there is a lot to unpack.
Oh yeah.
All right, honey, take care of yourself. Take care of Robert. Robert, take care of that girl.
Yes, take care of me, Robert.
All right, good night, guys.
I love you. I'll talk to you later.
Love
Bye,
you, Michelle.
everybody.
Good night, Robert. Good night, Michelle.
Night.
All right. Braincers, Brainiacs, let me tell you what I have enjoyed tonight. I have. Now, again, Friday night, it is now 1:07 in the morning Eastern Standard Time here on the Matrix, Akron, Ohio. In the bunker, I call it. I sometimes feel like I've got to be in a bunker from time to time. Somebody, I do believe, I want to say it was Miss Morgan Roundtree, pointed out that I was feeling all of you. Let me tell you, I was indeed feeling all of you. When I go back into my core being, okay, I realize that you are part of me and I am part of you. So when I was saying and speaking my world and my reality inside of me, I was not batting. You know, I was trying not to miss a beat. I was trying to share with you truly the way my spirit feels in my being. Okay? And that is a very, very powerful thing. You are a very powerful entity. Okay? You're not, I gotta point it out and share this with you again. You are not the being, you are not the body, you are the energy driving force. Okay? That is what you are. That is why they're trying to stifle you. You are a creator as well as they are as well. However, I want to point this out. You heard me tell Michelle that I wanted to talk about reptilians, other species, other entities, because here's the thing, okay? Whether you are a diehard Christian rolling across the broadcast or not and believe that we are the only species in town, I'm telling you, we're not. Okay? We are not. For those people that would like to believe that, go right ahead and believe that. All you're doing is literally hindering your own growth potential. Okay? I invite everyone here at the Matrix. You are a mind within my world. Open up the possibility to your exponential growth. You can grow on what you learn. And when you learn it, you can teach it. You are a stepping stone. I am a stepping stone in your reality. That is it. I'm not your teacher. I'm not your preacher. I am nothing other than I am an experience in your world. And you are an experience within mine. Okay? The vastness, if in the vastness of the cosmos, okay, you got to remember, whenever you go into the deepness of who you are, okay, you close your eyes and you go into the vastness of yourself, you are able to tap into a potential that has got an unstoppable limit. They know that. There are those, within this physical being, within this physicality, that know what I'm telling you. I am very surprised that this broadcast even went for 3 hours because of what me and this beautiful lady was sharing with you. When you become awakened, not woke, when you become awakened in your being and within you, honestly, your give a shit about this reality comes to an end. And that, my friend, is what they hate the most. Is whenever you become aware that you do not need them. Okay? When you become aware that you don't need them, there's something that is, again, it is awake. It is just something in your being. Something in your being. I don't need them. I don't need them for pharmacy. I don't need them for enlightenment. I don't need them for anything. I don't need them to create music for me. You guys know me. I'm a musician. I create. I love to create. James Morgan Roundtree's husband, great friend of mine. He's a creator. He's a musician. Where do you think the music comes from? Where do you think it comes from? You think we steal it? You think we just, borrow it? No, we create it. It comes from our soul core. It comes from that vibrational frequency within me. And we all have that potential. I've got a great friend in the audience, as well as she's a creator here on The Matrix. Miss Kristen Harding. Okay? She's a painter. She's a beautiful singer, as well as a beautiful soul. She understands exactly what I'm saying. James, you musicians all get it. So I'm telling you, what I'm saying is that is the frequency they're scared of. Is you becoming aware that you don't need them for shit. All it is, my friends, as the solar flash, or what is coming is the energy of consciousness of the all is creator. It is unstoppable. Okay? The awakening is here. It is here. Like the red wave that went from the East Coast to the West Coast, they ain't going to stop it. It is unstoppable, just like you are unstoppable. So, my friends, with that being said, let me tell you that there is a light, my friends. There is a light at the end. Don't be afraid to be who you are. Don't be afraid to, if you want to go out and you want to scream till your heart blows up or your voice goes out, go scream. Go scream into the road. I am who I am. Because that's what you are. You are awakened in your being. Be proud of who you are. Be proud of who you are. Because it took you a long time. It took you a long time to get where you're at. All right? There are those in this cycle. Let me share this with you too before I leave. There are those in your cycle, manifest, that know this cycle. They know who you are. They know that you're becoming aware. They know that you're reaching for that potential. So again, they're a little bit outranking you here in this manifestation, because they come back time after time after time after time after time in this matrices that they've created here. This holding you back potential, right? Because that's what they're doing. They're holding you back. It's your time. It is your time right now to stand up to who you are, and with everybody else. Don't be afraid. Promise me, you're not gonna be afraid. There's a light, my friend. Trust me, I seen it. Okay, I seen that light, and you are just as badass as anyone else on this planet. You just need to become aware of it, and when you do, there is nothing that's going to stop you. Take care of yourself, my friends. Take care of one another. I love you. I'll catch you here on Monday night, 10 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, 9 o'clock Central, 7 o'clock West Coast time, right here on The Matrix. Okay? The Matrix of Minds. I love you guys. Good night. Be aware that light is coming, and it's within you. Just be aware. Be aware of it. Good night, everybody.
Fought the dark days, hid in the shadows, but now I'm standing
Without you guys being subscribers, without you guys helping one another, period. I need you. Smash that button, yo. And welcome to the Matrix. It was a late night talk, was it not? Yeah. Took you a long time to get here. Remember that. Be proud of who you are, Brains.
But trust in the morning, new strength is found.